Chapter 2258. Su Yun even dared to say such words. Clearly, he did not give Cheng Meng a way out. Everyone thought that if Cheng Meng was a sensible person, he would just leave with his tail between his legs. Although it would be a little embarrassing, at least he would not be unable to hold his head up high for the rest of his life. If this continued, he would not be able to hold his head up high for the rest of his life. Ah Meng, come back here. Cheng Feng could no longer hold himself back. However, due to Wang Jinjin's reputation, he did not dare to do anything rashly. Otherwise, it would not only be his son who would be embarrassed, it would also be the two of them. I won't. Everyone heard it. He was the one who said that. It's not that I don't care about our relationship. Cheng Meng said to Wang Jinjin, Boss, I'll take what he said as a provocation. If the club wants to punish him, I'll treat it as if nothing happened. If the club doesn't want to deal with it, I'll do it myself. Then I'll... Wang Jinjin smiled faintly. Ah Meng, even if it's a provocation, you're the one who provoked first. Alright, since all of you are so hard-working, let me see. Let me see the vitality of you young people. You can't. Cheng Feng could no longer sit still. He rushed forward. He knew that Su Yun was very good at fighting, and his son usually only bullied honest people. Even in the central and western regions, he had nothing to do with the word good at fighting, let alone fighting with Su Yun. Cheng Meng looked at his father disapprovingly. You've always said that I'm a letdown and that I don't give you face. Isn't today a good opportunity? Today, I'm going to fight for you. You all think that I'm afraid of trouble, that I'm a coward. Today, I'll show you. It's not that I, Cheng Meng, am a coward. It's just that I keep a low profile. These big words did not hurt at all. Cheng Feng felt his liver ache when he heard them. Since boss doesn't like people who keep a low profile and only likes people who keep a high profile, then I'll keep a high profile too. Cheng Meng said, Today, I'm going to challenge Brother Yun of the Nine Dragons Peninsula. I'll see if he's worthy of being boss's godson. If he can't even beat me, then he'll be a joke. For this matter, Cheng Meng had already gone to the boxing school to find a powerful Sonda master to teach him for an entire afternoon. In one afternoon, he had only learned 3 moves, but these 3 moves were all fatal. That mixed martial arts master had already told him that as long as he was fast enough and could strike first, then no matter how powerful the opponent was, they would not be his match. Therefore, Cheng Meng decided that he had to take down Su Yun within 3 moves. What he wanted was to catch him off guard. In this way, he could use the banquet to shock everyone. Maybe Wang Jinjin would take a fancy to him and let him take care of the Nine Dragons Peninsula. Cheng Meng shouted with the mentality of victory. Suddenly, he attacked Su Yun. The first move was Flood Dragon exploring the sea, directly attacking Su Yun's lower body. This move was quite sinister. After a whole afternoon of training, Cheng Meng had already grasped the basic technique and the speed of the move. If it was an ordinary person facing Cheng Meng's sudden attack, they would definitely not be able to withstand it. He was more or less playing dirty. Unfortunately, the person he was facing was Su Yun. How could Su Yun take him seriously? Cheng Meng had just pounced forward when he missed. Su Yun's body had already dodged to the side with exquisite footwork. Then, Su Yun's leg kicked Cheng Meng's waist. Cheng Meng had no strength to resist. He was kicked a few meters away and fell into the crowd. It was a simple kick. Su Yun really did not use much strength. It was just that Cheng Meng was too weak. Cheng Feng quickly ran to Cheng Meng's side to check on his condition. Cheng Meng was in so much pain that he could not even straighten his waist. Cheng Feng was furious. Su Yun. It was just a spar. You should have just done it. Why did you hit him so hard? Brother Feng, I was just trying to do it. But your son, as soon as he came, he wanted to cut off my back and directly attacked the vital part of my lower body. Su Yun said, The fact that I left him alive is already giving you face. Otherwise, that kick wouldn't have landed on his waist. You. Cheng Feng said angrily. Wang Jinjin clapped his hands. All right. If you agree to a bet, you must accept your loss. There's nothing else to say. Don't complain if you're not as good as others. Cheng Feng, quickly bring him to have a look. Don't really hurt him. Brother Feng, don't worry. I know what I'm doing. I won't really hurt his waist. Let my brother rest for 2 days. After 2 days, he'll be fine. Su Yun said with a smile. Because Wang Jinjin was present, Cheng Feng did not dare to say anything harsh. After all, even if he could not get any benefits for his son, he had to protect his position in the central and western region. If he still refused to give up and caused Wang Jinjin to be disappointed in him, then he might really let Su Yun bring people to take over his territory in 2 days' time. At that time, it would not be a problem that could be solved so easily. I didn't teach my son well. I've caused trouble for boss. I've made a fool of myself in front of everyone. Cheng Feng resisted the anger of losing face and apologized to everyone. I'll take my leave first. Cheng Feng and his son left the banquet in a sorry state. When the subordinates outside saw the two of them come out like this, they all had faces full of confusion. No one knew what had happened inside. This small episode did not affect Wang Jinjin's mood. Instead, Su Yun establishing his authority here made Wang Jinjin very happy. Everyone, please continue drinking. I haven't been this happy in a long time. I believe that everyone here today is here to give me their blessings. Come, come, come. Let me toast everyone. After Wang Jinjin finished this glass of wine, he let Su Yun go socialize by himself. He believed that there must be a lot of people who wanted to get to know him now. Su Yun understood Wang Jinjin's meaning. He walked towards the crowd with a glass of wine. Soon, he was surrounded by the crowd. There were people who flattered him hypocritically. There were all kinds of people. Su Yun really learned a lot today. Moreover, he had a new feeling. The so-called upper-class socialites playing with these high-end things were quite boring. Just take this banquet for example. They were all standing around. It was really tiring. Su Yun would rather find a stall with a folding stool to sit down and talk. Dozens of skewers of mutton, peanuts and edamame, coupled with cheap beer that cost 2 to 3 yuan a bottle, could also be a sincere friend. At this banquet, they were drinking red wine and foreign wine. They were spicy, and there were no dishes to go with the wine. Western-style cakes were quite delicious, but they could not be eaten with wine, right? Su Yun was really uncomfortable in this kind of occasion. Although the wine was good and the venue was more high-end, it was really boring. Everyone was wearing a hypocritical mask, as if everyone was a good friend, but in private, they were fighting for their own interests. Hypocrisy. This was the most suitable word Su Yun used to describe this kind of place. It was really too hypocritical. Hypocrisy made Su Yun feel disgusted, very disgusted. Wang Jinjin enjoyed this kind of place more. Although he also knew that these people were hypocritical, he also knew that these people dared not resist him. These people at today's banquet would be used by him in the future and become his slaves. Because he was about to have the Ebola virus weapon. At that time, so what if these people were wearing masks? At least they would never dare to take off this mask in front of him. Seeing the flattery of these people, Wang Jinjin felt a burst of joy in his heart. He liked this feeling. He liked the feeling of being regarded as high and mighty. Only in this way could Wang Jinjin find his sense of existence. Su Yun handled everything with ease. Wang Jinjin was very gratified. In the future, Su Yun would take care of everything for him. He only needed to be the behind-the-scenes instigator, and Su Yun was just his puppet, a capable puppet who was good at both the pen and the sword. Su Yun, Hong Kong and Macau will depend on you in the future. Wang Jinjin smiled as he held the wine glass and looked at the bustling scene in front of him. Wonderful. It was really wonderful. Chapter 2259. The 5 members of Sky's Eye spread out under Kangkong's orders. They would not gather together again until they received a new mission. This way they could effectively avoid exposing themselves. Hong Kong and Macau were only the size of a palm. The 5 of them each chose an area to hide in. Kangkong stayed in the crowded Kowloon Peninsula. Chong Mo had been exposed here before, so he did not want anyone else to stay here. He stayed so that he could observe any movements at any time. Gu Li chose to go to Tuen Mun district. He went to the furthest west among them. There was a reason for his choice. He felt that the further they spread out, the safer they would be. Moreover, he was the one who planned the virus infection in the prison. The further he went, the safer it would be for the others. Although they had already made sure that nothing would go wrong, Gu Li still decided to do this just to be safe. He said that he would go further away, but it was only slightly further away compared to Hong Kong and Macau. The whole of Hong Kong and Macau was only so big. This was the best place he could choose. Nguyen Yi went to Sha Tian district. This place should be in the middle of the whole of Hong Kong and Macau. He hoped that he could rush to anyone who needed help as soon as possible. That was why he chose a place in the middle. Jie Su did not make the choice himself. Kangkong arranged for him to go to the northern district, the place closest to Guangshan City. He needed someone to be able to enter the mainland at any time. If anything happened, someone had to be able to leave in time. If this matter was handed over to Chong Mo would definitely refuse. Therefore, Kangkong did not waste any time. He knew that Jie Su would never argue about anything. He would complete any mission perfectly. That was why he arranged for him to go to the northern district as their last line of defense. Chong Mo directly threw herself to Wan Chai district. It was not that she wanted to play, but she thought that the places near Victoria Harbour were crowded, so it would be easier to hide. Since Kangkong had already stayed in Kowloon Peninsula, she could only go to the southern shore of Victoria Harbour. That was why she chose Wan Chai district. Chong Mo, who arrived at Wan Chai district, was quickly attracted by the biggest Blue Bay club in the district. She wondered what kind of huge celebration was going on here. There were so many people. There were so many bodyguards outside. There were hundreds of cars in the parking lot. It was definitely a gathering of luxury cars. There were even Rolls-Royces and Bentleys. Obviously, those who came here to participate in such a big party were all dignitaries from Hong Kong and Macau. Chong Mo wasn't someone who hated the rich. Those who relied on their own hard work were worthy of respect. But how many people relied on crooked ways to get rich? Clearly, this was not a small number. How could Wang Jinjin, who owned almost a third of Hong Kong and Macau's wealth, obtain such wealth? The kind of hard work he put in was obviously not the proper way. His hard work was all done on the outside, so he was not worthy. Among these people, there must be a lot of people like Wang Jinjin, which was why Chong Mo had an inexplicable sense of disgust towards the people who came here. To Chong Mo, people who relied on crooked ways to get rich did not deserve to live in this world. Just as this radical thought surfaced in Chong Mo's mind, Chong Mo suddenly calmed down. She told herself that she couldn't cause any more trouble for herself. They were already in trouble, and it was all because she couldn't control her emotions. Chong Mo didn't want to bring so much trouble to everyone because of her impulsiveness, so she had to control herself. She could only control her impulsiveness, but she couldn't control her curiosity no matter what. She wanted to see what was going on inside. But it wasn't easy to get into this kind of party. She didn't even have a decent dress now. At this moment, a girl in a convertible Ferrari sports car, dressed in a gorgeous dress, slowly drove over. Obviously, she was a latecomer. Chong Mo had an idea in her mind. 10 minutes later, Chong Mo, wearing a gorgeous dress, drove the convertible Ferrari directly into the club. As soon as she stopped the car, someone rushed forward to open the door for her. Obviously, they treated her as a VIP. "Miss, please come in. The party has already started. Please." "I understand," Chong Mo said lightly. She didn't give the person a chance to continue speaking. Everyone bowed and sent her off. Chong Mo walked into the club openly. At this moment, the club was already full of people. Everyone was drinking and chatting. After Chong Mo walked in, she attracted a lot of attention. She didn't avoid their gazes at all. She smiled and nodded at everyone. Soon, she received a response. This was the most ridiculous thing about the upper class in Chong Mo's eyes. Because in these people's eyes, as long as you were dressed luxuriously and looked rich, they didn't care if you knew them or what they did for a living. They would be very familiar with you. Their smiles were as if they had seen an old friend. This kind of feeling was really unbearable. Chong Mo walked through the crowd while trying to listen to what was going on. At this moment, she heard two familiar names. I didn't expect Wang Jinjin to take Su Yun as his godson. I don't know if his decision was the right one. How could it be the right one? Right now, the entire Hongdong society is saying that Su Yun has wild ambitions. Maybe one day, Su Yun will really dare to. Sure. You can't say this carelessly. If someone hears you, you're done for. Maybe Su Yun is really capable. That's why Wang Jinjin put him in such an important position. The amount of information revealed by these people was really huge. Even Chong Mo was a little stunned after listening to it. At this moment, Chong Mo saw Su Yun in the crowd. He was holding a glass of wine and busying himself with socializing. It really was this guy. Phew. Chong Mo thought. No wonder this guy was so powerful and could make so many people afraid of him at noon. So he was Wang Jinjin's right-hand man. With such powerful skills, no wonder Wang Jinjin didn't hesitate to take him as his godson. Such a big show was made by Hongdong society. Humph. Wang Jinjin was really an amazing person. He could make such a big fuss just by taking in a godson. This really made Chong Mo surprised. And that Su Yun was even more amazing to Chong Mo. He was really something. Amazing. Even if his identity as the big brother of Kowloon Peninsula was already amazing, now that he was Wang Jinjin's godson, who wouldn't be afraid of him in Hong Kong and Macau? Who cares who he is? Who cares if he has 3 heads and 6 arms? Chong Mo wasn't afraid of this kind of person. Although Chong Mo thought this, when she realized that Su Yun was looking at her, she quickly turned around. She was afraid that Su Yun would see her. Chong Mo thought over and over again. She definitely wasn't avoiding Su Yun because she was afraid of him. She just didn't want to cause unnecessary trouble. Chong Mo already knew what was going on inside. She put away her curiosity. Right now, she needed to leave this place as soon as possible. If she was really discovered by Su Yun, it would be troublesome. After finding the right time, Chong Mo quickly turned around and left. She hadn't been in here for more than 10 minutes. A few of the lackeys outside the door were surprised to see the young miss who had just entered suddenly come out in a hurry. "Miss, is there anything we can help you with?" Someone already had doubts, so he found a reason to stop Chong Mo. Chong Mo glared at him. "I'm late today because I went to pick a gift for Su Yun. But I forgot my gift at home when I went home to change into a dress. So I need to go home to get my gift. Can you help me with this? Do you know where my house is?" "No. I don't know." Seeing that the young lady's temper wasn't good, the lackey immediately took a step back. Moreover, she had a good relationship with Brother Yun. If she carefully picked a gift, then it definitely wasn't ordinary. No one dared to provoke such a person. Chong Mo quickly got into the car and left the club. Su Yun, who felt that something was wrong when he saw this familiar figure, chased after her. Because there were too many people inside, Su Yun was stopped many times. So when he came out, he found that she had already driven away. Chapter 2260. Su Yun stared blankly at the departing car and asked the lackeys at the door, "Who was that? Why did she leave so early?" "We don't know either." The lackey in charge of security at the door said, "But she must be the daughter of some boss. Brother Yun, you should be familiar with her. She came out not long after she went in. She said she was late because she wanted to pick out a present for you. She left the present at home and wanted to go home to get it." Su Yun squinted his eyes. No wonder these guys were only fit to stand at the door. They were all brave but not smart. Were they stupid? If she was late to buy a present, how could she have time to pick out a present and leave it at home? Even if she wanted to go home to change into a gown, she would have thrown the present into the car. Moreover, This was not a birthday party. This was just a cocktail party. Who would bring a present to a cocktail party? What kind of joke was this? He really had to hand it to these good-for-nothings. They were completely useless. Alright, you guys watch carefully. Soo-yoon turned around and went back inside. There were still many people waiting to drink with him. It did not feel good to be the main character. It was too tiring to wear a mask. Chong Imo quickly drove to the place where she had tied up the car and the real owner of the dress. At this time, the girl was still crying. However, because her mouth was gagged and she was tied to the tree, she couldn't make any sound of resistance. Aya, why are you crying? Didn't I tell you that I just wanted to borrow your things to take a look inside? I'm from the countryside and wanted to broaden my horizons. Chong Imo said, I said I would be back soon. Look, it's still so early. Chong Imo showed her watch to the girl, indicating that it had only been 10 minutes. She was already very fast. The girl did not believe Chong Mo's claim that she was from the countryside. Could a countryside girl drive a Ferrari just because she got in? Could a countryside girl wear an Omega butterfly watch? This watch was made of 18K red gold and embedded with diamonds. This watch could be sold for 500,000 to 600,000 at the Omega store in Hong Kong and Macau. She actually said she was from the countryside. Chong Mo didn't know that her watch was that expensive. She had been wearing it because it was a present from her father for her 18th birthday. Of course, she also knew that this watch was definitely not cheap, because after she received this gift, her brothers expressed their envy. Remnant said that his father gave him a tactical belt when he was 18 years old. It could be equipped with many things, and he was very satisfied with it back then. Compared to her expensive watch, the belt was indeed nothing. However, it wasn't that interesting. This kind of high-quality imitation watch could only be sold for 1,000 or 2,000 yuan in the WeChat circle. It was a perfect imitation. I won't hurt you. Don't be so afraid. Chong Imo said, in a while, you can attend your banquet normally and act as if nothing happened, okay? The girl under Zhang Mo's control looked at Zhang Imo in panic and nodded her head furiously. After Chong Mo helped her change her clothes, he suddenly gave the girl a chop on the back of her neck, causing her to faint. I'm sorry. Since you're so rich, it doesn't matter even if you crash a car. After Chong Imo finished speaking, he brought the girl back to the car. Then, he found a suitable place to step on the gas pedal and directly crashed into a Ferrari worth several million yuan. After Chong Imo put the girl in the driver's seat and created a scene, she left happily. This way no one would see. Now, even if the girl woke up, no one would believe her, right? Even such an expensive sports car was damaged. Her brain must have been shaken up badly. After everything was done, Chong Imo went to find a suitable place to hide. She had to stay low-key for the next 2 days and wait for new orders. The girl who drove the Ferrari woke up about 10 minutes after Chong Imo left. She looked at the scene in front of her in shock. Her beloved Ferrari had crashed into a tree and smoke was coming out of the front of the car. She had no idea how she had ended up in this place. The car's airbags were all opened. She walked out of the car in a daze. That's not right. She clearly remembered that she was kidnapped. But why was she completely fine? Other than the car accident that made her very surprised, there was nothing else out of the ordinary. Could it be that her brain was damaged? The girl driving the Ferrari suddenly thought of the gift she had bought. She quickly found it on the passenger seat. Yes, this was what her father had asked her to prepare. Something big was going to happen in Hong Kong and Macau today. Soo-yoon, whose popularity had soared a while ago, would be announced as Wang Jinjin's godson. Her father had asked her to get in touch with Soo-yoon for her sake. As long as she could make Soo-yoon fall in love with her, she would be the most important woman in Hong Kong and Macau in the future. Therefore, she was late today because she had gone to pick out a gift. Fortunately, the gift she had bought for Soo-yoon was still intact. Otherwise, she would be really depressed. Now, she couldn't care less. She was so late for the party. She still didn't know where Soo-yoon was now. She got out of the car and walked directly to Blue Bay Clubhouse. Because high heels were inconvenient, she took them off and held them in her hands. When she arrived at the door of the clubhouse, she put on her high heels again. The underling at the door looked at her with a strange face. He always felt that something was wrong. When this young lady came, she was driving a sports car. It was so cool. How could she be so embarrassed now? And he always felt that she wasn't the same person. Miss, may I ask you? Hurry up and get out of my way. I'm already late. The girl was in a bad mood. What happened? The underling who was responsible for security at the door didn't dare to let her go easily. His heart was a little drumming. I was in a hurry and had a car accident. The Ferrari being damaged made her annoyed enough. Now, her underling was talking nonsense in front of her. Hurry up and arrange a few people for me to fix my car. The underling at the door was surprised. He looked at the handbag in the girl's hand. This is... What? You still want to take it? The girl glared. Don't you understand the English on the package? Rolex. This is a gift I bought for Su Yun. If you dare to touch it, don't blame me for being rude to you. The underling at the door was stunned. This young lady really worked hard. In order to come back in time to give the gift, her car was damaged. She ran here in such a sorry state. No wonder he didn't look like it. Hurry up and invite her in. Just now, our brother Yun asked you. The underling at the door hurriedly said. The girl was dumbfounded. Asked her. Could it be that Su Yun knew who she was? Or did her father already tell Su Yun? Su Yun also liked her a lot? So he came out to ask if she had been here? Wow. She suddenly felt that she was so happy. He really asked me? The girl said excitedly. Then I'll go in and find him now. Hey. Alright, don't forget to arrange for someone to help me call a tow truck. My car is still smoking. Yes. Although the underling at the door didn't know who she was, he didn't dare to disobey her because she seemed to be very familiar with Su Yun. He could only listen to her and arrange for someone to find the scene of the accident and call for a tow truck to take the car away for repair. The girl couldn't wait to run into the venue. She didn't even care about her slightly messy hair. When she came in, some of the people who saw Chongma were surprised. At this time, wearing the same outfit would definitely attract attention. Some people who didn't know her already started to look for the girl who was wearing the same outfit. Some people recognized the girl in front of them and took the initiative to greet her. Miss Luo, why are you only here now? Ha, I just had a drink with Director Luo. Where's my dad now? This Miss Luo didn't seem to recognize the person who took the initiative to greet her and directly asked. She only had Su Yun in her heart. Everyone else was like floating clouds in her eyes. The person who spoke saw that Miss Luo wasn't polite to him and was obviously a little embarrassed. However, due to Director Luo's prestige, he didn't dare to say anything. He just pointed out the location to her. Miss Luo still didn't say any polite words like thank you. She just turned around and left. This made the person even more embarrassed. Chapter 2261. Dad. Miss Luo ran to her father's side. At this time, President Luo was talking to an acquaintance beside him. After seeing his daughter, President Luo was a little surprised. This was because he knew his daughter's usual habits too well. She always put her appearance first. If she did not put on makeup for 2 hours, she would never go out. But now, his daughter's hair was a little messy. Although there was nothing wrong with it, there were many flaws in the subtle details. Where did you go? Why are you only here now? President Luo had shares in many large shopping malls in Hong Kong and Macau. It could be said that he was the leader of the entire Hong Kong and Macau business circle. I had a car accident on the way. Miss Luo did not take this matter seriously. Where is Su Yun? Where is that Su Yun? Car accident. President Luo's eyes almost popped out. Are you hurt anywhere? Where is it? What the hell is going on? I'm fine. If I was injured, would I still be standing in front of you? Don't worry about those things. Take me to see Su Yun. Miss Luo said, Didn't you say that you wanted me to get to know Su-yun today? Maybe he will be your son-in-law in the future. Can you be a little more reserved? President Luo said helplessly, I do hope that you can be together with Su-yun, but you can't be so impatient. You haven't even met him, and you're already so infatuated with him? Why are you so different from usual? Of course I'm in love with him. Ever since I knew that he killed that bastard Dakuan, I was destined to be his woman. Miss Luo said, Dad, let me tell you. 3 years ago, that bastard Dakuan dared to molest me in a bar in Yaomati. I still remember this matter. President Luo did not know whether to laugh or cry. Dakuan didn't know that you are Dad's daughter. Didn't he apologize after he found out? Besides, he didn't do anything to you. I didn't do anything to him, but I have a psychological shadow. Miss Luo said, Dad, you always ask me why I don't have a boyfriend. It's not that I don't want one. I've taken a fancy to a lot of handsome guys, but once they start to get physical with me, I'm immediately traumatized. I can immediately think of Dakuan at that time. I can't accept anyone. Then, are you sure that you can accept Su-yun? President Luo shook his head helplessly. What if you can't accept Su-yun? Dad told you that all men have some ambiguous actions. Sometimes, it's because he loves you, he likes you. Miss Luo snorted. I think those men are just like Dakuan. They just want to take advantage of her. I feel that Su-yun is different. Good, good, good. It's good that you think that way. President Luo said, even if he really does have some little tricks, if you really want to be with him, you have to accept it, okay? Dad will take you to see Su-yun now. You must perform well. Do you know how old you are? If you don't get married, the outside world will say that you are a virgin. I don't care what the outside world says. Miss Luo said, but I will still promise you that I will perform well. Don't worry. Look, I even specially prepared a gift for Su-yun. President Luo nodded in satisfaction. Good, it seems that you are very considerate. Let's go now. Su-yun is over there. Soon, President Luo brought his daughter to Su-yun's side. Su-yun basically gave a round of toasts and was talking to Wang Jinjin. Old brother, your godson is really a talented man. I am so envious. President Luo said with a smile. Wang Jinjin also responded with a smile. President Luo, if I had a daughter like you, I would have no regrets in my life. Miss Luo was stunned when she saw Su-yun. She even forgot to say hello to Wang Jinjin. Because Su-yun was much more handsome than she imagined. She really didn't expect Su-yun to have such an image of a male god. She always thought that people who hung out in clubs would have the kind of aura that made people uncomfortable, but Su-yun didn't. It was completely beyond her expectations. Su-yun, this is my daughter, Luo Meng. You young people get to know each other. Ha ha ha. President Luo laughed. Luo Meng suddenly remembered that she wanted to ask Wang Jinjin. She hurriedly said, Hello Uncle Wang. I had an accident on the road just now, so I was late. I hope Uncle Wang doesn't mind. President Luo added, This child was careless while driving and had a small accident. Oh. Then it's fine as long as you are fine. The rest doesn't matter. Wang Jinjin said with a smile. He could see what President Luo meant, so he said, Let's go over there and have a drink. Let the young people talk about their own things. Okay. Let the young people talk, ha ha ha. President Luo also said straightforwardly. Su-yun didn't understand what was going on. They threw Luo Meng in front of him and left. Hello, my name is Luo Meng. Luo Meng said, You can also call me Cici. Hee hee. Su-yun was stunned. He thought, Why don't I call you Hee hee? Hee hee. It's the she of the setting sun. Because my name is always she, I am called Cici. Luo Meng explained to Su-yun. Unfortunately, Su-yun was not interested in this matter. What he was interested in was that he saw her come once and then leave in a hurry. But when he saw her again, he felt that she was not the same person from before. Phew, could it be that he drank too much? Su Yun shook the wine glass in his hand. She didn't drink much, right? Hello, Miss Luo. Su Yun didn't call her so intimately. It's an honor to meet you. I'm also honored to meet you, said Luo Meng. Su Yun smiled slightly and was ready to leave to do other social engagements. Because he had already greeted many people today, he was very tired and didn't want to talk much. This is my gift to you. Luo Meng didn't wait for Su Yun to speak. She handed the small box in her hand to Su Yun. I hope you can like it. Su Yun was stunned. It seemed that she really went home to get a gift for him. She was in such a hurry that she even had a car accident on the road. This really made Su Yun feel surprised. Why do you want to give me a gift? Su Yun said faintly. As the saying goes, one should not receive a reward without any effort. If Su Yun didn't ask clearly about this matter, he wouldn't accept it. Of course, it's to congratulate you. Luo Meng said, take a look and see if you like it. As she spoke, she stuffed the box into Su Yun's hands. Su Yun couldn't refuse. He opened it and looked. Oh, it was a Rolex Skywalker. A watch worth more than 30,000 yuan. This Miss Luo just gave him a gift. Isn't she too generous? I can't accept such an expensive gift. Su Yun smiled and politely refused. No, you must accept it. Luo Meng insisted. This represents my blessing to you and also my gratitude to you. So I want to give you this watch to express my sincerity. Wait. Miss Luo. You can call me Cici. I like it better when I hear it. Luo Meng interrupted Su Yun's words. Su Yun was speechless. All right, Cici, listen to me. I still don't understand why you're giving me these things. It's not like I'm celebrating my birthday. Now you're saying that you want to thank me. Well, I don't understand what I have for you to thank me for. Because you taught that bastard De Kuan a lesson. Luo Meng said, I always wanted to thank you, but I never had the chance. Today, I finally have this opportunity, so I won't miss it. You have to accept this gift. I really can't accept it. Su Yun said. Luo Meng was startled. I know. You must dislike this gift because it's not classy at all, right? But this was really carefully chosen by me. I really didn't think much about whether this thing is worthless or not. I just think it's meaningful. You mustn't dislike it. Su Yun didn't know whether to laugh or cry. How would I dare to dislike it? I just don't think it's appropriate for me to accept such an expensive watch. If you really gave me something cheap like an Apple Watch, I really wouldn't reject it. Ah. So you like Apple Watch? But it's degrading to wear that kind of thing. Luo Meng was somewhat puzzled. I didn't mean that. I was just making a metaphor. A metaphor? Su Yun said. He thought to himself, this Lady Luo is really rich. Is Apple Watch something that lowers her status? Oh my god, how many losers in the mainland think that wearing an Apple Watch will make them look cool? Is this the difference between the real upper-class society and those who pretend to be upper-class society? Su Yun thought about it. Then he really belongs to the second category. Because he also thinks that wearing an Apple Watch will make him look cool. Chapter 2262. Since it's not that you don't like it, then just accept it. You wearing it is like you're wearing me. Luo Meng had a poetic look on her face. It was as if she needed to use the sappiness of a romance novel to make Su Yun like her more. Every time the clock beats, you can feel my heartbeat. Su Yun couldn't help but laugh. This feeling really made his whole body numb and goosebumps rise. It wasn't an exaggeration at all. He really got goosebumps. Little Luo. No, Cici, I'll accept it. I'll accept it. Thank you for your kindness. Su Yun. Thank you very much. I still have a few guests to entertain. I'll go take a look first so that I won't be rude. Okay, then I'll go with you. Luo Meng didn't say anything else and went up to hold Su Yun's arm. This girl was too proactive, wasn't she? Su Yun was almost shocked by her. Su Yun dared to say that if he took this girl to a room and rolled in the sheets, this girl would really take the initiative to take off his clothes and bathe him, right? What the hell was this? Su Yun had long seen that President Luo wanted his daughter to have a chance to interact with him. The reason behind this was too simple. President Luo was a businessman and had connections with Hongdong society. Therefore, he definitely felt that as long as his daughter could walk together with him, he would have a lot of face in front of Hongdong society in the future. AI, people have really changed these days. A father could even sacrifice his daughter for his own business. Was he still worthy of being a father? And this Luo Meng really surprised Su Yun. Didn't she know that once a daughter took the initiative, men wouldn't treat her as someone they could date? Generally, in the eyes of men, a proactive girl was a prey suitable for sex. They wouldn't become a treasure that they wanted to protect. This isn't very appropriate, right? Su Yun, I think it's more appropriate for me to go there myself. Ah, I see. Then I won't go. Luo Meng seemed to have sensed Su Yun's intention, so she let go of Su Yun's arm. Then you go ahead. I'll chat with you later. After Su Yun was freed, he hurriedly went into the crowd. After casually socializing with two people, Su Yun went to a place where there was no one. He wanted to sit down and rest his feet. This cocktail party required him to wear formal clothes and formal leather shoes. It was really uncomfortable. After finally finding a place to sit down, Su Yun's feet were completely free. Are you done with your social gathering? Luo Meng's voice suddenly came from the side. Su Yun was stunned. Wasn't this Miss Luo a little too persistent? He had just sat down. Couldn't he be left alone for a while? Su Yun wanted to use the old joke, "I want to be alone," to hint Luo Meng to leave, but he was afraid that she would think that he was deliberately joking with her with this old joke. In that case, she wouldn't leave. Why don't you wear your watch? Luo Meng said, "It's inconvenient to keep it in your hand all the time." Su Yun just chuckled and dealt with it. He felt that this would definitely make Luo Meng retreat in the face of difficulties, right? He didn't pay much attention to her. If she still didn't leave, it would really be unreasonable. That would be too, however, this was really a problem that Su Yun wouldn't think of. Luo Meng was traumatized by De Kuan. Once a man took the initiative to contact her and was too intimate with her, she would doubt the man's motives. Now that Su Yun was so cold to her, it ignited the little flame of love in her heart. She wanted to find such a man, because such a man wasn't lecherous and could give her a sense of security. He didn't have any crooked thoughts at all. She took the initiative to stick to him, but Su Yun didn't have any reaction at all. He was still so cold to her and didn't ask her yes or no. This really surprised Luo Meng. Why is there such a man in the world? Luo Meng couldn't figure it out, so she wouldn't easily leave Su Yun's side. She must study Su Yun clearly. If there was such a man to love her, she believed that she would be able to overcome the psychological shadow in her heart very quickly. I heard that you haven't been in Hong Kong and Macau for long. Are you familiar with Hong Kong and Macau? Luo Meng didn't retreat because of Su Yun's indifference. Instead, she became more and more courageous. Otherwise, I'll take you for a walk tomorrow? Su Yun could only smile helplessly. I'm already familiar with Hong Kong and Macau. Thank you. You don't have to be so polite. Luo Meng said, you must only be familiar with business matters. You must only be familiar with the places you are responsible for managing, right? Haha, the place I can take you to must be a place you haven't been to. It must be a place that will surprise you. Su Yun, I'm sorry, Miss Luo. I have a lot of things to do. I'm afraid I don't have time. It doesn't matter. I have time. I have time. I can wait until you have time to accompany you. Luo Meng said, you don't have time during the day tomorrow. You must have time at night, right? Then let's do it tomorrow night. I'll take you on a boat at night. Look at the night view of Victoria Bay. It's so beautiful and romantic. I don't have time tomorrow. Not during the day, not at night. Su Yun thought, I said it so directly. Luo Meng should be able to understand. Then the day after tomorrow. If you don't have time tomorrow, let's do it the day after tomorrow. Luo Meng persisted. Or let's have breakfast together. I'll take you to have breakfast. It's a very, very delicious place. Lunch is fine, and dinner is also fine. Even if you are busy, you should have time to eat, right? Su Yun was driven crazy by Luo Meng. I usually eat fast food. It's the kind that can be finished in 3 minutes. Fast food. Eating fast food often is not good for the human body. Luo Meng said seriously, you must not joke about your body. Even if you are busy, you should eat well. You can't eat fast food. Otherwise, if you don't have time to eat, call me and tell me where you are. I'll send it to you. Tell me what you want to eat. I'll buy it for you. No need to trouble Miss Luo. I can order takeout if I need it. Su Yun, you must have a lot of things to do. How can I trouble you? I really don't have anything to do. Luo Meng said, I'm very free all day. I have plenty of time. Oh, I seem to see President Luo waving to you over there. She must be looking for you. You should go and see. Su Yun pointed to the other side of the crowd and said, she seems to be in a hurry. Luo Meng was startled. She stood up and said, where? Why don't I see her? Over there, behind those people. Do you see her? Forget it. You can see her when you go over. Su Yun, go quickly, in case President Luo is worried. Luo Meng walked over with a blank face. Her main purpose of coming here today was to get to know Su Yun. Why was her father so untactful? He looked for her at this time. Wasn't he giving her more trouble? Su Yun saw Luo Meng leave and quickly slipped away. In order to get complete peace, he simply went to find a room to rest. Anyway, Wang Jinjin would naturally look for him if something happened. Luo Meng walked through the crowd to the other side, but she didn't see her father. After asking a few more people, she realized that Su Yun had lied to her. However, Luo Meng wasn't angry. She came back again, but Su Yun had already disappeared. Sigh, she blamed herself for being too stupid. When she did things, she didn't use her brain at all. Now, Su Yun was also gone. Where was she going to find him? Luo Meng looked around helplessly, but she couldn't see Su Yun at all. Now, Su Yun was really becoming more and more reliable in her heart. A man should be like this. He wouldn't forget everything when he saw a woman. Su Yun was indeed Su Yun. Such a man was worthy of her, wasn't it? Luo Meng comforted herself. She believed that as long as she waited, she would definitely see Su Yun in a while. Chapter 2263. Inside the Blue Bay Club, there was a luxurious atmosphere. However, the conference center of the Hong Kong and Macau General Police Station was full of people with serious expressions. As the Chief Superintendent of Hong Kong and Macau, the Chief Superintendent of the Police Department looked at the people sitting around him with a furious face. His anger was enough to burn his whole body. There were people from the Action Department, the Support Department, the Criminal Department, and the Security Department. They were all high-ranking police officers in the Hong Kong and Macau Police Department. They were all senior police superintendents, and they were all people who would stand by their words and do what they said. But now they all lowered their heads. They were really exhausted. After the incident in the prison, they almost never stopped their work. But until now, there were no clues at all, so they couldn't be blamed. If they had to blame someone, they could only blame themselves. This matter was too strange. Sir Lu, I think it's really an accident. Minister Zhang of the Security Department was having a headache over this matter. Once this matter was confirmed to be an attack, he was afraid that he would not be able to sit still in his position. LV Huarong's expression was serious. As the highest leader of the Hong Kong and Macau police station, if he didn't handle this matter well, he would really let down the country's trust in him. Minister Zhang, if it's really an accident, it's really too much of a coincidence, isn't it? LV Huarong said, none of the prison guards were injured. Those who died were all prisoners on death row. Everyone can see the strangeness of this matter. Sir Lu, in fact, it's better this way. Those who died were all prisoners on death row. It's good that our own people are not injured. If our people were really injured, it would be the most difficult thing to deal with. Yes, Sir Lu, we should feel lucky. At least our own people are not injured. Shut up. LV Huarong was a little angry. Our own people are not injured? What kind of problem can that explain? What kind of problem can it solve? It can only show that the problem is bigger. Department Head Lee, have you recorded the confessions of the prison personnel? Yes, I have investigated them. Minister Lee of the Criminal Department said helplessly, but it's absolutely impossible for the prison guards to do this. None of them have a motive. And the infection happened when the prisoners were having lunch. No one touched them at that time. LV Huarong frowned. Lunch? Have you investigated the chef? Yes. Department Head Lee nodded. He's been cooking for the prison for almost 20 years, so it's impossible for him to do something like poisoning. What about the prisoners' food? Is there nothing left? LV Huarong asked. Department Head Lee's expression was a little ugly. The food that the prison prepares for the prisoners is just right. Everyone has one serving, and no one has the chance to eat more. There's only so much. Some prisoners with big appetites can't even fill their stomachs, so how can there be any leftovers? You guys really can't think of anything. LV Huarong was very angry. Is there no one who can give me any useful clues so far? A clue? I have a little, but I don't know if it can be considered a clue. Department Head Lee said helplessly, according to the prison staff and the kitchen staff, the people who delivered the food this morning were different from usual. There were 2 new people. That's the only thing that's different today. LV Huarong said, of course this is a clue. And it was a very important clue. What are you doing as the head of the Criminal Investigation Department? How can you not take such an important clue seriously? Sir Lu, it's because the people who deliver the food are fixed suppliers. In the past, there have been cases of people taking leave at the last minute and replacing them. This is very normal, Department Head Lee said. If nothing happens, it's normal. If something happens, then it's not normal. LV Huarong said, the Criminal Investigation Department and the Action Department get started immediately. We must catch the people who delivered the food to the prison today. Do it now. Yes. The 2 department heads quickly got up. LV Huarong looked at the others who were still at the scene. What are you doing? Are you going to spend the night here? All of you, get to work. I didn't ask you to do anything, so you should take the initiative to cooperate. No matter what, you have to bring them back today. Get to work. Yes. The people in the meeting room hurriedly left. Gu Ming from the Special Operations Department didn't move. After everyone left, he said to LV Huarong, Sir, if this matter has something to do with Sky's Eye, I'm afraid it's not something they can solve. If it's Sky's Eye, I know it can't be solved. Then you go and solve it. LV Huarong said, this matter has already become so dangerous. There have already been 2 cases of Ebola virus infection in Hong Kong and Macau. What have you done? Didn't you already arrange for spies? Didn't your people establish a trusting relationship with Wang Jinjin? What about them? Why haven't they gotten the Ebola virus weapon yet? They haven't made the deal yet, Gu Ming said helplessly. LV Huarong said, they haven't made the deal yet? Why haven't they made the deal yet? And there are already 2 cases of large-scale virus infection in Hong Kong and Macau. Are they trying to show me their power? Are they trying to teach me a lesson? Sir Lu, we have been following this matter for a long time. Now is the most crucial moment. Please trust us, the Special Operations Department. I won't let you down, Gu Ming said. I know you have always been very reliable. You are the only person I can trust in this matter. You must not let me down. LV Huarong said, whether we can solve this problem or not depends on you. I will do my best, Gu Ming said. Then you go and do what you should do. I must not let the Ebola virus continue to spread in Hong Kong and Macau. LV Huarong was under too much psychological pressure. He was afraid that if things went out of control, the whole of Hong Kong and Macau would become hell. If that happened, he would be a sinner for all eternity. He had a great responsibility, so he would never allow any crisis to happen under his leadership. He must control the Ebola virus weapon. As long as he could control this thing, he didn't care about anything else. No matter how much he had to pay, he must not let the Ebola virus infection happen again. I don't care how much sacrifice there will be this time. Everyone must do their best for me. LV Huarong punched the table. I can accept any price. As long as we get the Ebola virus weapon, Hong Kong and Macau will be safe. As police officers, we have to fulfill our responsibilities as police officers. We must not let the people of Hong Kong and Macau be in any danger. This was LV Huarong's responsibility as the chief of the Hong Kong and Macau police force. He had to do what he should do and never let down the country's trust in him. I will do my best. As the leader of the Special Operations Department, I will insist on facing all difficulties. Gu Ming said and quickly turned and left. However, there was nothing he could do now. Both incidents were done by Sky's Eye. If the Hong Kong and Macau police could catch Sky's Eye so easily, Sky's Eye would not be an organization that could steal the Ebola virus weapon from a European Union Special Weapons Research and Development Center. So now, everything was useless, and all actions were meaningless. There was only one way to solve this problem as soon as possible, which was to urge Wang Jinjin and Sky's Eye to trade as soon as possible. As long as the traded thing was in Su Yun's hands, everything would no longer be a problem. All the initiative was in Wang Jinjin's hands. Gu Ming couldn't possibly make things difficult for Su Yun. Now, Su Yun was already treading on thin ice. A single wrong word could cause all his efforts to go to waste. At this time, it was clearly an unwise decision to let Su Yun bewitch Wang Jinjin to make the deal as soon as possible. In short, the best way now was to bide their time and let the others do whatever they wanted. If they didn't make any moves, LV Huarong would definitely feel uncomfortable. After Gu Ming left the police station, he went straight home. He wouldn't do useless work like the others. After all, even if he stayed up all night, everyone would return home empty-handed the next day. Why should he waste his time? It was obviously pointless. Things had entered the waiting period. Everything was under Gu Ming's control. Chapter 2264. The banquet was finally over. Su Yun finally breathed a sigh of relief. After the guests left one after another, he was completely liberated. Su Yun, a lot of people are happy for us today. Ha 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 ha, I like this kind of atmosphere. Wang Jinjin said to Su Yun, by the way, I have something to tell you. And Su Yun nodded, just let me know if you need anything. Wang Jinjin said, you have seen President Luo twice just now, right? He has shares in the shopping malls in the central business districts of major regions. He can be said to be the leader of the business world in Hong Kong and Macau. Do you want me to talk to President Luo about something? Su Yun was stunned. His daughter just gave him a Rolex Skywalker. Now he went to find trouble with her father. Wasn't that a bit unkind? Su Yun really felt that he couldn't do it. Not to talk to President Luo, but to talk to his daughter. Wang Jinjin said, our Hongdong group has a lot of cooperation with President Luo, so I also gave him enough face. Today, he told me that his daughter likes you very much and wants to get to know you. Su Yun felt that his brain was going to explode. We already know each other. Don't you understand what I mean? Su Yun, you also saw it just now. Luo Meng is also very beautiful, and her figure is also very good. Since she took the initiative to come to you, you won't lose anything. Wang Jinjin said, coax her, don't let President Luo say anything. Su Yun, what else does President Luo dare to say to you? Of course, he doesn't dare. Wang Jinjin said, but he is useful to me. Without him, I can't really know how much the real profits in the business circles in Hong Kong and Macau are. You understand what I mean, right? It's just a matter of doing a favor. You won't have any trouble. Su Yun nodded. Since Wang Jinjin had spoken, he definitely couldn't refuse. Forget it, forget it. Now that things had reached this point, it could only be like this. Anyway, Luo Meng wouldn't eat him up. She had been pestering him for so long today, and he had also made his attitude very clear. He believed that she would not continue to pester him. Su Yun, I finally found you. Luo Meng's voice came from behind Su Yun. Su Yun even felt his scalp go numb. He had a lot of things to do right now. How could he have the time to play house with her? Where did you go? I didn't see you just now, Su Yun said with a smile. Because of Wang Jinjin's words, he could only do so. Luo Meng seemed to be a little silly. She really believed Su Yun's words. Did you miss me? Su Yun swallowed the word no. Haha, guess. I can't guess, but I have been looking for you, but I just couldn't find you. Luo Meng said, now that the banquet is over, do you have time? Su Yun twisted his neck. I haven't been idle all day. I'm so tired now. I feel uncomfortable all over. I just want to go home and have a good sleep. Then, can you accompany me for a midnight snack? Luo Meng said, where do you want to go? We can go to a star hotel or the food stalls on Temple Street. I know where to find delicious food. Joji sirloin, beefing tang fried crab, congee, barbecued pork rice. Right, I also know a particularly delicious Che Zi noodles. Su Yun, I ate a lot at night. I don't have much appetite at this time. I'm a little tired. I just want to rest now. But I'm so hungry now. In order to choose a gift for you, I didn't even have time to eat dinner, Luo Meng said with some grievances. Then you go eat. I'll go back and rest. Su Yun, you can't go home hungry. You won't be able to sleep. Can you come with me? Luo Meng said, how about this? You accompany me for a midnight snack. I'll take you to a very good pine bone restaurant. The massage masters there are very good. They can definitely help you get rid of your fatigue. Hee hee. Su Yun laughed a few times. I'm actually not that tired. I just want to rest. I'll be fine after some sleep. There's no need to massage my bones. I still have a lot of things to do tomorrow. Luo Meng's voice began to plead. Just accompany me for a midnight snack. I'm begging you, okay? Su Yun, you go. There's nothing to do tomorrow. You can rest at home. Wang Jinjin had just left. For some reason, he came back and directly faced Su Yun in front of Luo Meng. Don't just do things. Sometimes, it's necessary to rest. But, Wang Jinjin waved his hand. He didn't wait for Su Yun to say more and left directly. Luo Meng looked at Su Yun with excitement. You don't have to do anything tomorrow. You can have fun with me tonight. I don't have to do anything tomorrow. Su Yun, I'm very tired today. I've done too much today. Well, I promise to go for a midnight snack with you. However, after eating, I'll go home and rest. Good. Definitely. Luo Meng said excitedly. Because Luo Meng's Ferrari had been hit, she could only take Su Yun's car. When she saw Su Yun driving such a Buick, Luo Meng obviously couldn't believe it. You drive this car? This car is very good. Su Yun, what's wrong? Can this even be called a car? Luo Meng was very disdainful of this. Indeed, the watch she bought could make this top-notch Junwei GS run away as soon as it touched the ground, so it was normal for her to look down on this car. After all, this car couldn't be compared with her Ferrari. However, Su Yun felt that this car was already very good. The power was good, and the overclocking wasn't bad. It was enough to beat many cars of the same level in the city. The price was reasonable, and the configuration was reasonable. Besides the fuel consumption, there shouldn't be any shortcomings, right? If you're not used to it, you can ask your family to arrange a car to send you, Su Yun said. No. I want to sit with you. Luo Meng was afraid that Su Yun wouldn't take her, so she quickly sat in the car. Since they were going to Temple Street in Yao Jianwang for a midnight snack, Su Yun had to drive from Wan Chai district through the undersea tunnel, and then take a few turns to get there. This Luo Meng looked down on these cheap cars. He wanted her to see the power of these cheap cars. A Junwei GS was enough for Su Yun to easily exceed 200 miles per hour. The crazy speed and unscrupulous turns completely shocked Luo Meng. Although she had driven Maserati and Ferrari since she was young, she had never driven more than 150 miles per hour because that kind of speed made her feel an inexplicable sense of fear in her heart. Su Yun's car, which was less than 300,000 yuan, easily exceeded 200 miles per hour. Moreover, he did it with ease. Luo Meng, who was in the car, began to regret sitting in his car. This was too crazy. The feeling of dizziness swept away Luo Meng's original hunger. She now had the urge to vomit. How is it? Is it okay? Su Yun smiled. Isn't it exciting to sit in my car? Do you want something more exciting? No. This is already very good. We're not in a hurry. Luo Meng was really afraid that if this continued, she would really vomit. Su Yun played a trick on her, so she didn't dare to look down on these cheap cars. Soon, the two of them arrived at Temple Street. Su Yun was too familiar with this place. No one dared to ask him for money for food. Therefore, Su Yun simply put on a hat and sunglasses. What do you want to eat? Where do you want to go? Take me there. Don't call my name. Don't let others recognize me. Why? Luo Meng didn't understand. Su Yun was the boss of Kowloon Peninsula. Wouldn't everyone listen to him obediently? There's no why. If you want to eat supper here, then follow my arrangements. Otherwise, we'll go somewhere else. Su Yun. He didn't want to frighten the people who worked hard to run the night market because of his appearance. Luo Meng quickly nodded. Okay. I understand what you mean. You just don't want to trouble others because of you. You're really a big brother different from others. What do you want to eat? Lead the way. Su Yun. Luo Meng was ecstatic and pulled Su Yun into Temple Street. Su Yun was famous enough in Yao Jianwang district, but many people had only seen his picture and had never seen him in person. Therefore, it was difficult to be recognized when Su Yun wore a hat and sunglasses. Chapter 2265. Luo Meng pestered Su Yun for more than 2 hours before she finally agreed to let Su Yun send her home. Su Yun was also exhausted this night. He would rather choose a 50-kilometer weighted cross-country run than be pestered by such a troublesome woman like Luo Meng for so long. In the middle of the night, Luo Meng returned home feeling weak all over. When she arrived home, her father was still awake. He was sitting in the living room reading a book about economics. Seeing that Luo Meng had returned, President Luo was a little surprised, but at the same time, he heaved a sigh of relief. It was quite contradictory, but he couldn't really describe that feeling. This was because, on one hand, he hoped that his daughter would not return after spending the night with Su Yun, but on the other hand, he couldn't bear to see his daughter being taken away by Su Yun. Now that his daughter was back, on one hand, his worries were eliminated, but on the other hand, he was nervous again. President Luo was worried that his daughter's problem would recur. He was afraid that when his daughter and Su Yun were alone, Su Yun did something inappropriate, so his daughter was a little annoyed, and then, there was no then. Why are you back? After President Luo asked this sentence, he felt that it was a little inappropriate, but he really didn't know how to ask. Then, what about Su Yun? What about Su Yun? This is my home. Is there anything wrong with me coming back? Luo Meng was stunned. Su Yun went back. He went back after he sent me here. You can't bring someone home to spend the night on their first date, right? President Luo was stunned. Listening to the meaning of his daughter's words, she wasn't dissatisfied with Su Yun. In fact, she was very satisfied. Then why didn't they just go together at night? Su Yun sent you back just like that? Didn't he say anything else? President Luo said, "He didn't ask you to go to his house, right? Dad, what are you thinking? Let me tell you, Su Yun is a gentleman, not one of those filthy villains. I believe that he must be the kind of gentleman who loves beauty and is righteous. He won't be so wretched as to rush to take advantage of me. I told you to study hard, study hard. That's called a gentleman who loves money in a proper way. Why did it change when it came to your mouth?" Boss Luo shook his head helplessly. "I don't care if he's a gentleman or not. Did he just go on a date with you and then send you in? Aren't you going to do something else?" Luo Meng rolled her eyes at her father. "Of course not. I already said that Su Yun is not that kind of person. I'm telling you, Dad, stop doubting him. If I say he's not that kind of person, then he's not that kind of person. There's nothing to explain." Okay. Whatever you say, he will do. I completely agree. Director Luo said, "But you should at least prepare something for me, right? That. I'm at least your father. Can you give me a definite answer on whether or not you'll be together with Su Yun, so I'll be mentally prepared?" "Of course." Luo Meng said, "He went on a date with me for 2 hours tonight. Doesn't he like me? If he didn't like me, he wouldn't have agreed to go on a date with me." "I don't understand the world of you young people, but I understand the world of men. He was so well behaved the whole night and didn't touch you. How can you be sure that he likes you?" Director Luo couldn't understand this no matter what. Luo Meng grinned. "Dad, can you not think of Su Yun as disgusting as those men? Can't love have this kind of innocence? It must be that kind of something. Cece, I say, why are you so naive? Su Yun is an adult man. He's not a middle school student who has just awakened to love. He knows everything." Director Luo said, "I really can't believe that a man who knows everything won't do anything out of line to you." Luo Meng said seriously, "It's because he didn't do anything out of line to me that I can be sure that he is a man worthy of my liking." "AI. Okay, then Dad will listen to you." Director Luo said, "Since you like Su Yun so much, I will have a good talk with Wang Jinjin. No matter what, he is Su Yun's godfather, and Hongdong society will still be in Wang Jinjin's hands for a period of time in the future. I believe that Su Yun doesn't dare to disobey Wang Jinjin's orders." "Dad, what do you mean? Do you want Wang Jinjin to ask Su Yun to date me?" "No. But, yes." Luo Meng refused righteously. "I don't need you to intervene in my affairs. I can handle it myself. And I already said that Su Yun will definitely like me." Director Luo felt helpless in his heart. He couldn't feel that Su Yun liked his daughter. He always felt that Su Yun treated her perfunctorily. Otherwise, why didn't he do anything? There was no love in this world that was respectful to each other. But now that Luo Meng was so serious, Director Luo could only promise her first and think of a way in private. Okay. I won't intervene. I definitely won't intervene. I'll let you handle your own affairs. Okay, if there's nothing else, I'll go to bed first." Luo Meng said and went upstairs to rest. After Su Yun went back, he directly lay on the sofa. He was tired. He stood for a whole night wearing this kind of formal leather shoes and walked so much. These 2 heels didn't seem to be his own. And that Luo Meng. Su Yun sincerely hoped that she would never bother him again. He really couldn't stand it. "You're back." Yang Qi walked up from the basement after hearing the sound. Seeing Su Yun like this, he was really a little distressed. "Are you very tired from socializing with those people? I'll get you a hot towel. You'll feel very relaxed after you apply it on your face." "No need." Su Yun was embarrassed to trouble Yang Qi. "I'm fine. I just stood for a long time. I'll be fine after a rest." "Are you really fine?" Yang Qi said, "You don't have to be so polite with me." Su Yun nodded, indicating that he was really fine. He would be fine after a rest. "I was worried to death tonight. I was pestered to death by a person named Luo Meng. Otherwise, I would have come back earlier. I wouldn't have stayed up so late. Luo Meng? Yang Qi was stunned. Is she the daughter of the prestigious director Luo in the business circle? I seem to have heard of her. Yes. It's that woman. She's too infatuated. Su Yun was speechless. I have never seen such an infatuated woman in my life. When she sees a man, she will forget it. I won't say it. I'm really going to be tortured to death by her. No way. Yang Qi looked at Su Yun incredulously. You're not kidding me, right? You said that Luo Meng pestered you like an infatuated woman? Su Yun nodded. Yeah, after the cocktail party, she pestered me for 2 hours. If it weren't for Wang Jinjin asking me to give face to her father, I wouldn't have wasted so much time. I would have gone back to sleep long ago. Yang Qi shook his head. Don't joke. That Luo Meng is the famous stone woman in Hong Kong and Macau. What do you mean? Su Yun was dumbfounded. Are you kidding me? This can't be said casually. Do you know what a stone woman is? I really don't know what a stone woman means, but people said that she doesn't look for a man. She especially hates men. Yang Qi said, and she's not a lesbian or a lesbian, so she doesn't like men. That's why people say she's a virgin. Su Yun's face was puzzled. We are definitely not talking about the same person. No, you said it. Her father is President Luo. Then, it must be the same person. Yang Qi said, because last year, there was a rumor that Chief Luo had said that whoever could introduce a young and promising man to his daughter and move her heart, he would be willing to give a gift of tens of millions of yuan and a house as a gift. The place could be chosen at will. This matter was quite big. You weren't in Hong Kong and Macau at the time. Of course you don't know, but I know. Come on, I'd rather believe that she's a lesbian and a lesbian. I don't believe that she is a stone woman. Su Yun, which stone woman could pester him for 2 hours? That is, she can't wait to go to bed with him now. Stone woman? She is crazy. Su Yun thought to himself. He felt that it was lust. Woman. That's more like it. Chapter 2266. No matter what kind of woman Luo Meng was, her entanglement with Su Yun had definitely opened Yang Qi's eyes. Early in the morning, Su Yun and Yang Qi had just woken up when someone rang the doorbell. The two of them were caught off guard. Su Yun quickly motioned Yang Qi to hurry back to the basement. When he opened the door, it was Luo Meng again. Su Yun really wanted Yang Qi to stay up there and watch. He wanted her to see how the woman she spoke of was entangled with a man like him. Why is it you? Su Yun looked at Luo Meng, not knowing whether to laugh or cry. He really hoped that this was just a dream and that there would be nothing after he suddenly woke up. However, the truth was the truth. No one could change anything. Su Yun looked at Luo Meng blankly, hoping that she could give him a reasonable explanation. I asked you to stay with me so late last night, so I came here this morning to bring you breakfast. Luo Meng looked at Su Yun expectantly and pointed to the thermos in her hand. Guess what I asked the chef at home to make for you? Su Yun really wanted to cry. You still know that you tormented me last night. Then don't disturb me so early. Let me sleep a little longer. That's better than anything else. I don't have much of an appetite in the morning. Su Yun, please go back. I haven't woken up yet. I still want to sleep for a while. Don't. I really put in a lot of effort. Luo Meng had no intention of leaving at all. She directly walked in. Guess what delicious food I brought you. I guarantee that you will have a great appetite after you see it. Su Yun thought, don't tell me you baked bread with Italian Alba white truffles? Or did you say you brought Ima's caviar? She said it so confidently, as if Su Yun had never eaten any delicious food. What Western bagels, New York lobster omelet pancakes, Kraft beef eye steak. Su Yun had eaten all these expensive food from all over the world, so why would he care about breakfast? I really want to sleep now. If you're hungry, you can enjoy it yourself. Su Yun, it's just that I'm not used to having someone at home when I'm resting. Su Yun had already made it so clear that Luo Meng should be able to understand what he meant, right? Don't. If you're tired, you can rest after eating. I really prepared this for you. Luo Meng said hurriedly. He didn't want Su Yun to guess. He quickly opened the thermos flask. In an instant, the fragrance filled the air. Su Yun was a little surprised. It really aroused his appetite. He really had a sudden feeling of wanting to eat. Su Yun took a look out of curiosity. He thought, no wonder it smells so good. It turns out to be the famous Fujian dish, Buddha jumps over the wall. No wonder it smells so good. No wonder Luo Meng is so confident. He will definitely like it if he tells me so confidently. Isn't this just a random stew? Su Yun pretended to be relaxed. There are some places in the mainland that call it a pot of stew. There's nothing special about it. This isn't a random stew. This is Buddha jumps over the wall. Luo Meng said, I asked my chef to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning to prepare this dish for you. It was simmered with authentic Shaoxing wine. The aroma of meat wafts around the neighborhood. Buddha abandons Zen and jumps over the wall. Su Yun obviously knew that this was good stuff. He didn't expect President Luo to have such a powerful private chef at home. It's good to be rich. Life is so easy. You smell it. Isn't it very fragrant? Luo Meng said, you try it. See if it suits your taste. How can it not suit my taste? Look at what's inside. Sea cucumber, abalone, shark's fin, dried scallops, fish lips, turtle skirt, deer tendon, fish gelatin, razor clams, fish maw, pigeon egg, lamb elbow, hoof tip, and so on. Su Yun's nose smelled it and it suited his taste. If anyone still said that it didn't suit his taste at this time, then they were definitely pretending. Even Prince Sihanouk, the President of the American Empire, and the Queen of the British royal family didn't dare to say that it didn't suit their taste. Since she had worked so hard to prepare it for him, Su Yun wouldn't be polite. Okay, then I will try it. You worked so hard to send it to me. I can't let you down. Thank you so much. You don't have to thank me. You don't have to be so polite. Luo Meng said, as long as you like it, I will send it to you every day. I will ask my chef to cook it for you every day. No, no, no. You can't do that. Su Yun, if he ate this Buddha jumps over the wall for breakfast every day, his mouth would become picky sooner or later. If he really developed such a rich person's disease, then Su Yun wouldn't be able to eat anything in the future. Luo Meng was very determined. As long as you like it. This thing is suitable to be eaten occasionally. If I eat it every day, it won't be interesting. Su Yun, don't you think so? If I eat the same thing every day, I will get sick of it no matter how good it is. That's true. Luo Meng scratched her head. Then, as long as you want to eat it in the future, just tell me. I will ask my chef to cook it for you. He is a very famous chef of Min cuisine. Not only is the Buddha jumps over the wall very good, but he also cooks clams in chicken soup, stewed pork trotters with grasses, and red sturgeon rice with 8 treasures. My dad likes to eat Min cuisine the most. Why don't you come with me to my house to try it today? Anyway, you have nothing to do today, right? Su Yun was really greedy. I said I had nothing to do yesterday, but I received a call at the last minute. I have to deal with a very important matter, so I can only apologize. Ah. Something suddenly happened. Luo Meng was very disappointed. Then, when will you be done? Probably 2 or 3 days. Su Yun said it as if it was true. After 2 or 3 days, as long as he made a deal with the people from Heaven's Eye, he wouldn't have to continue being Wang Jinjin's godson anymore. At that time, even if he wanted Luo Meng to pester him, Luo Meng wouldn't be willing. Luo Meng's eyes almost popped out. 2 or 3 days. Are you kidding me? I thought it would only be 2 or 3 hours. Of course, I'm not kidding. Su Yun said, it's a very important matter. I really need 2 or 3 days. How about this? I promise you that after I'm done, I will visit your house and try your Min cuisine chef's cooking. I will also accompany you to play for 2 days. How about that? Really? You're not lying to me? Luo Meng was really surprised. She looked at Su Yun in disbelief. Su Yun nodded seriously. Of course. After I'm done with this matter, I will contact you. How about it? Then it's a promise. Luo Meng immediately agreed to Su Yun. I will wait for you to finish your matter. Okay. Then you go back first. I'm going to leave now. Su Yun. But this Buddha jumps over the wall. Luo Meng said, no matter how anxious you are, you should eat something first before you leave. If you stay here, you will distract me and delay my time. Su Yun said. Luo Meng quickly nodded and said, then you should eat quickly. I will leave first. I will wait for you to come back and find me after you're done. 2 or 3 days, right? Don't forget. Don't worry, I won't. Su Yun quickly sent her away. After Luo Meng left, Yang Qi walked out of the basement. Looking at the exquisite Buddha jumps over the wall, she was really surprised. Say, if I were to be your matchmaker, would President Luo give me 10 million as a thank you gift? Su Yun, I couldn't tell that you are quite capable. You captured the girl's heart in one night. I didn't even respond to her yesterday. Su Yun said, she was the one who insisted on sticking to me. What could I do? Alright, you didn't respond to her? She sent you Buddha jumps over the wall early in the morning? It would take at least 3 hours to cook this dish, right? Yang Qi said, why would she care so much about you for no reason? Su Yun shrugged his shoulders. She must have another purpose, but her purpose wouldn't be me. It must be Wang Jinjin. Then why didn't she just stick to Wang Jinjin? Yang Qi laughed. No matter what, her father is also a reputable person. Would he let his daughter follow an old man? If she followed me, then she would be climbing up the social ladder. Su Yun joked. After that, he quickly waved his hand. Go and get a bowl. Such delicious food. Let's not wait for it to get cold. That would be a waste of God's gift. Chapter 2267. In the next 2 days, the atmosphere of the entire Hong Kong and Macau was very strange. Wang Jinjin never showed up again. Su Yun knew that this was the last calm before the storm. Compared to Wang Jinjin's silence, the Hong Kong and Macau police were active. There were police officers in almost every corner, and many people were in a panic. After all, the impact of the 2 virus infections on the residents of Hong Kong and Macau was quite great. Speaking of which, this heavens, I was really very capable. It did not reveal any trace of a fox's tail. This really made Su Yun admire it very much. But Su Yun's patience was also disappearing little by little. He didn't know how long he could hold on. This kind of waiting was really uncomfortable. Damn Sky's Eye's endurance was so strong, it also made him feel a little worried. Su Yun was worried that Sky's Eye would be too cautious and careful. If the police had been moving, they might have been lurking in Hong Kong and Macau. Although they didn't continue to create some terrifying virus infections, it also made Su Yun worried. The Ebola virus weapon was in their possession. Who knew if they would accidentally infect the entire Hong Kong and Macau with the virus and turn it into a tragedy? Su Yun wasn't worried for nothing. This could happen at any time, and once it happened, there was no way to reverse it. Probably no one wanted things to become such an uncontrollable situation. Finally, when Su Yun's patience was almost exhausted, Wang Jinjin suddenly visited late at night 2 days later. This really caught Su Yun off guard. Su Yun was completely unprepared, and Yang Qi was the same. After all, this came too suddenly, and no one dared to think about it. Yang Qi, who heard the sound, quickly put on a leg shackle. This kind of thing was really not lacking in De Kuen's basement. Not to mention leg shackles, there were even neck shackles. It was just that Yang Qi really couldn't accept things like a neck shackle. After putting it on, he really didn't feel like he had any human rights at all. He was like a slave. The feeling of being a slave was really unacceptable to Yang Qi. Godfather, why are you here at this time? When Su Yun saw Wang Jinjin, he pretended to be sleepy. I hope I didn't disturb your rest. Wang Jinjin smiled as he walked into Su Yun's room, signaling his subordinates to wait outside. Su Yun nodded. No, I haven't slept yet. That's good. Wang Jinjin looked around the room. Where is the little policewoman? He's not dead yet, right? No. Su Yun said, I just educated her for a while. Hee, she's becoming more and more cooperative now. She's very obedient. She's probably already asleep by now. Su Yun deliberately said this to Yang Qi, worried that she would be caught off guard by Wang Jinjin's sudden arrival. Wang Jinjin was very satisfied. Let's go, take me to see it. Now. Su Yun was stunned. What? What's inconvenient about it? Wang Jinjin glanced at Su Yun. Su Yun laughed. What's inconvenient about it? I'm just afraid that after I've just finished, the mess below won't be good enough for you. If Godfather wants to see it, go ahead. After hearing Su Yun's words, Yang Qi quickly messed up everything on the inflatable bed in the basement. Pillows, blankets, etc., were all thrown to the ground. In order to make it look more realistic, Yang Qi even made her hair and face dirty. She also pulled her collar a few times. At this time, Wang Jinjin had already walked down to the basement. When he saw that the door wasn't locked, he frowned. Su Yun, you're too careless. After all, Yang Qi is a police officer, and she's also from the Special Operations Department. If you're careless, you might make a big mistake. The door isn't even locked. You're too careless. Didn't I just come up from below? Su Yun said. I'll definitely lock it before I go to sleep. Remember to lock the basement door in the future. Wang Jinjin said. We can't be careless at all times. We have to be careful everywhere. Yes, Godfather's teachings are right. Su Yun said. Wang Jinjin saw his sincere attitude and nodded. You have to know that we haven't gotten what we want yet. We can't do things so recklessly. I understand. Su Yun said. I'll be careful in the future. Wang Jinjin walked down to the basement with satisfaction. When he saw Yang Qi in a sorry state, he realized that Su Yun wasn't lying. Yang Qi was still lying on the ground, breathing heavily. Su Yun must have used a lot of energy just now. He. Young people must pay attention to restraint. Although your body can bear it now, you should also think about the future. Wang Jinjin patted Su Yun's shoulder. There will be plenty of women in the future. Don't waste energy on her. I just want to make her more obedient and sensible, Su Yun said. Wang Jinjin looked at the shackles on Yang Qi's feet, her messy hair, and the mess below. He slowly said, Officer Yang, I wonder if you're used to living in this place? Bah! Yang Qi spat. Kill me if you can. What's the point of torturing me like this? Officer Yang, look at what you're saying. How can you say that we're torturing you? Wang Jinjin said. This is clearly for your own good. Think about it. Su Yun has been feeding you for so many days. He's raised you to be so tender. What does that mean? It means that he still likes you. Don't be ungrateful. Su Yun walked forward and kicked Yang Qi. You better watch your words. Are you itching for a beating again? You, shameless. Yang Qi said. It seems that she's still quite difficult to deal with. Wang Jinjin said. She's been with you for so long, but she still doesn't listen to you. Sooner or later, I'll make her obedient. Su Yun said. When I have time, I'll teach her a good lesson. Wang Jinjin smiled and nodded. No need. We still have important things to do now. Let's put her aside for now. Su Yun, as long as you're willing, there will be countless women around you. Why waste your time on this person? Ha. I've heard about how President Luo's daughter is throwing herself at you. You don't have to be afraid to touch her because of my face. In the future, you can touch any woman around you. You don't have to give anyone face. Su Yun was stunned. What did Wang Jingjin mean? In the future, we will openly bully men and women. Who can do anything to us? Wang Jingjin suddenly laughed out loud. Could it be that you've already gotten the thing? Su Yun became nervous. If Wang Jingjin had successfully traded with Sky's Eye, then what about the Ebola virus weapon? Where was it? Didn't he say that he would keep it for him? Wang Jingjin smiled and nodded. Yes, it's already in my hands. In the future, Hong Kong and Macau will be our world. Su Yun was almost anxious, but he finally suppressed his emotions and said to Wang Jingjin, "Congratulations, Godfather. You finally got what you wanted. In the future, Hong Kong and Macau will be your world. I will definitely fight for you wherever you want." With your words, I'm relieved. Wang Jingjin said. That thing is very important. Godfather, you must protect it well. Su Yun had already endured until now. He didn't care about enduring a little longer. Wang Jingjin, this old bastard, didn't keep his word. He said that he would keep it for him, but he changed his mind at the last minute. Wang Jingjin said, "Don't you want to know where I put it? As long as it's placed by Godfather, it's definitely the safest place." Su Yun, and the less I know about this, the safer it is. If Godfather doesn't want me to know, I won't want to know so much. Good. You're still the sensible one, Wang Jingjin said with emotion. Of course, I have to put such a valuable thing in the hands of the person I trust the most. Su Yun, as long as you get it, you have to keep it for me. Su Yun was stunned. This bastard, he actually dared to trick him. It turned out that Wang Jingjin hadn't traded the Ebola virus weapon yet. Damn it. Godfather, I don't quite understand what you mean, Su Yun said. Wang Jingjin whispered into Su Yun's ear, "It's now. Come with me to make the deal tonight. The thing is waiting for us. He, are you ready?" Chapter 2268. Wang Jingjin's words made Su Yun's blood boil in an instant. He was already prepared to take action at any time. Su Yun had been waiting for this day for a long, long time. He could not wait to see what the Ebola virus weapon looked like. He also wanted to see what Skynet was capable of. No one could understand Su Yun's feelings at the moment. The Ebola weapon, Skynet, Su Yun was going to take them all. Come with me when you've thought it through. I've been dealing with this matter alone, so no one knows what I'm dealing with. Only you know my real purpose, Wang Jingjin said. Su Yun, don't let me down. I'll do my best, Su Yun said. Even if Wang Jingjin didn't say anything, Su Yun would definitely do his best. Wang Jingjin glanced at Yong Qi. When we get that thing, you won't care about this woman anymore. You can do whatever you want with her then. Even using her as a test subject is not bad. Su Yun smiled. Godfather, I can't wait anymore. Ha, I didn't expect you to be so impatient. There's no need to be so anxious. It's not time yet. We can wait a little longer, Wang Jingjin said. Let's go. Let her enjoy herself here alone. The two left the basement one after the other. Yong Qi's whole body was still trembling. She knew that the day she had been waiting for had finally come. As long as their deal with Skynet was successful, everything would be a success. All her previous sacrifices would be worth it. Don't worry, Li Guang. Su Yun will avenge you. Your sacrifice won't be in vain. Yong Qi thought to herself as she tidied up her clothes. Today would be the last day she would spend here. She had finally made it. After Su Yun and Wang Jingjin left the basement, Wang Jingjin led them to the trading site. Sky's Eye was indeed very good at choosing the trading location. It seemed that they were very familiar with the terrain of Hong Kong and Macau. Under the guidance of Wang Jingjin, Su Yun drove all the way to the Great Fog Mountain. The Great Fog Mountain was located at the junction of Quan Wan District and Yuen Lang District in the New Territories. A small part of it belonged to De Pu District. It was definitely a remote and sparsely populated place. There weren't many places like this in Hong Kong and Macau. Although the Great Fog Mountain was less than a kilometer above sea level, it was already the tallest mountain in Hong Kong and Macau. The area around it was included in the Thai Missouri Shan Country Park. Nearby were the Tai Lon Country Park and Lin Cun Country Park. Because of the frequent heavy fog in this place, it was called the Great Fog Mountain by the Hong Kong and Macau people. When they arrived at the Great Fog Mountain, it was already 3 o'clock in the morning. This was the darkest time of the night, and the Great Fog Mountain had a thick fog, so it was almost impossible to see one's own fingers. After parking the car, Su-yun quickly came to Wang Jinjin's side. "Did Sky's Eye choose this place?" "That's right," Wang Jinjin said, as expected of Sky's Eye. "They chose such a place to make a deal. Ha ha ha, it seems that they don't want us to know what they look like at all." It was so foggy and dark in the distance. Except for the car's fog lights that could illuminate more than 10 meters, it was completely dark outside the circle. Could it be a trap? Su-yun was vaguely worried. His sixth sense gave him a very bad premonition, which made him very uncomfortable. Everything was so quiet around. Su-yun couldn't feel any breath. "It won't be. Sky's Eye is still very honest. I believe that they won't be ignorant of such a small rule." Wang Jinjin said, "Don't worry. It's just that it's not time yet. When it's time, they will come out to make a deal with us. It's already 3 o'clock in the morning. What time do we have to make the deal?" Su-yun was startled. 4 o'clock in the morning. Wang Jinjin said, "But according to Sky's Eye's request, we have to arrive an hour earlier. They must make sure that there is no one following us before they come out to make a deal with us. I think they are now ruling out the situation. No wonder so many powerful departments around the world couldn't do anything to Sky's Eye. They were really too careful and cautious. So we just wait like this now?" Su-yun didn't want to wait like this. He didn't know when Sky's Eye would suddenly come to secretly monitor them. After all, Sky's Eye's people must be masters. As long as they calmly lurked and controlled their breath, it would be difficult for Su-yun to detect them. Wang Jinjin nodded. "Of course, now we can only wait. Su-yun, don't worry. After all, we are the sellers. They want to make money from us, so they can't do anything to us." Su-yun thought that it was indeed reasonable, so he calmed down and thought of countermeasures. In this kind of dark night, any accident could happen. Because it was dark and foggy, it was easy to get lost. Moreover, this place was halfway up a mountain. What did Sky's Eye want to do? Su-yun still couldn't make himself believe that they came purely for a deal. In the darkness, Sky's Eye's people were already hiding in the surroundings. They all wore infrared night vision, anti-fog, and heat-sensing glasses, so they could clearly see Wang Jinjin and the others. Wang Jinjin brought 8 people with him. Including Su-yun, that made 9 people. The other 8 people he brought were scattered around, while Wang Jinjin and Su-yun were in the protective circle of the other 8 people. Chong Mo had already determined which one was Su-yun based on his body shape. She remembered everything about Su-yun too clearly. She would recognize this bastard even if he turned into ashes. Humph. Wang Jinjin was such a damned person. Then his adopted son must not be a good person either. When the time was finally up, Sky's Eye's 5 people suddenly appeared under Remnant Sky's signal. This really gave Wang Jinjin and the others a fright. Su-yun instantly became alert. He immediately looked at the 5 people. It didn't matter if he didn't look, but when he did, he was shocked. Weren't these 5 people too ruthless? They wore high-tech glasses and their faces were covered with ghost masks. He couldn't see their faces at all. However, from their height and body shape, Su-yun could still make a basic judgment. It was as he had expected. Sky's Eye's group was indeed 4 men and 1 woman. He was certain that the woman was Chong Mo. He had seen one of the other 4 at the bar, but he couldn't tell who it was now. Such a sudden greeting made Wang Jinjin a bit unhappy. He was really frightened just now. Everyone, We're old friends who have been in contact for a long time. Don't you think it's a bit rude to be so sudden? We're just here to make a deal. We don't know about etiquette. We only know that doing things our own way is the safest. As the representative, Remnant Sky said, "Did Mr. Wong bring the thing we want?" Wong Jinjin laughed. "Of course I did. Where's the thing I want?" "It's in my hands." Remnant Sky held a box in his hand. The box looked like it was made of a very special material. The Ebola virus weapon was definitely in the box. Wong Jinjin clapped his hands. One of the people behind him quickly went to the car and took out a box. Su Yun was slightly stunned. Could it be that the Ebola virus weapon wasn't bought with money, but with something else in exchange? It made sense. The Ebola virus weapon was a priceless item. If it was bought with money, the face value would probably be so much that Sky's Eyes Group of 5 wouldn't be able to take it away. Although Wong Jinjin was rich, he wasn't so rich that he could rival a country. He might not be able to afford something like this with just money. Su Yun's curiosity was immediately piqued. What was in the box in Wong Jinjin's hand that Sky's Eye wanted to get it so badly that he was willing to exchange the Ebola virus weapon for it? "The thing you want is here," Wong Jinjin said. "Your boss has already confirmed the authenticity of the item. He should have told you what to do, right?" Sky's Eyes Group didn't seem to have any doubts about Wong Jinjin. Remnant Sky took 2 steps forward. Chapter 2269. The thing you want is inside. Kang Kong showed the box to Wang Zhong. Wang Jinjin frowned. "Although you've been proven twice, but it's time to make a deal. I can't be sure if you'll switch the item. Shouldn't you prove it to me face to face?" Kang Kong sneered. "It seems like Mr. Wang is just as we thought. You're too cautious." "Okay, we also like to make deals with cautious people. We believe that you won't dare to cheat us. If you dare to cheat us, you know the consequences." Wang Jinjin smiled. "Yes, if you dare to cheat Sky's Eye, you'll kill him even if he's the king of heaven." "Mr. Wang, please don't be so serious. Sky's Eye follows the rules. As long as you follow the rules, you're a friend." Kang Kong said, "Only those who don't follow the rules are Sky's Eye's enemies." "Good. Well said. I like to make deals with people who follow the rules." Wang Jinjin said, "I've already shown your boss how good this solvent extraction is. I believe he can't wait to get his hands on it. You just need to prove that what you're giving me is real, and you can take it away." Kang Kong put down the box and slowly opened it. The box was protected by anti-collision and decompression materials. There was a cylindrical object in the box, and a green liquid could be vaguely seen inside. "This is the Ebola virus weapon," Kang Kong said. It turned out that the Ebola virus weapon was stored in a liquid state. No wonder it was said to be very dangerous. It was too easy to make use of it in a liquid state. If they wanted to turn Hong Kong into a living hell, they just needed to add some tear gas bombs. A few tear gas bombs would explode in the sky, and Hong Kong and Macau would be finished. Or they could directly mix it into the water source of Hong Kong and Macau. That would also be enough to turn Hong Kong and Macau into a living hell. Kang Kong took out a disposable syringe from the other side of the box. "We know that Mr. Wang is very cautious, so we've prepared in advance. Since Mr. Wang doesn't believe us, we can only listen to you and do an experiment on the spot." After Remnant said that, he opened a rubber stopper on the Ebola virus weapon device and stuck the needle of the syringe in. However, he only dipped the needle into the liquid of the Ebola virus weapon and did not suck it out. When Remnant took out the syringe that had been contaminated with the Ebola virus, everyone felt like they were seeing a bloody needle in the hands of an AIDS patient. They couldn't help but want to retreat. The concentration of the Ebola virus is very high. Last time, when we planned the prison incident, we only needed 1 drop to turn more than 100 people into something that was neither human nor ghost. Actually, the Ebola virus has an incubation period, so it won't act up so quickly. It's only because the dosage is too high that it led to that situation, Kang Kong said as he stood up with a syringe in his hand. Gu Li, who was beside him, quickly went forward to seal the Ebola virus and closed the box. Kan Kong looked at the needle in his hand. Actually, we only need a few drops to enter the underground water source of Hong Kong and Macau, and everyone in Hong Kong and Macau will be infected within a month. If we inject the amount of Ebola virus stock into this syringe, we'll only need 3 days to turn Hong Kong and Macau into a living hell. If we put all of the Ebola virus stock into the water source of Hong Kong and Macau, I guarantee that you'll see the end of the world in an hour. The power of the syringe was so great that it shocked everyone. A person can't even bear the slightest amount of Ebola virus stock alone, Kan Kong said. I only dip the tip of the needle in a little bit, and that little bit is enough to completely corrode a person within a few seconds. The moment Kan Kong finished speaking, he suddenly made his move. The figure was like lightning as he directly stabbed the syringe into the neck artery of one of Wang Jinjin's subordinates on the left. That person screamed, and before he could push Kan Kong away, Kan Kong had already jumped up high and retreated. The person who was stabbed wanted to say something, but his face suddenly twisted and his entire body started convulsing. It was as if all his bones had been broken in an instant, and he fell to the ground with a thud. In just a few seconds, large areas of his face started to fester, and his hands were already rotten beyond recognition. Just when everyone thought he was dead, the infected person slowly got up. One of his eyes was oozing out due to excessive poisoning, and the other eye was very red and swollen, as if it would explode at any time. Wang Jinjin was so shocked that he almost couldn't breathe. This thing was too powerful. It was completely out of his expectations. This was too terrifying. Mr. Wang, don't let him bite or scratch you. Every cell in his body is filled with Ebola virus. If you're scratched by him, the virus will quickly enter your blood. Moreover, the virus infection rate is very fast. Even if you amputate his limbs immediately, it might not be effective, said Kan Kong calmly. Su Yun really wanted to pour all the Ebola virus stock into the mouth of this cold-blooded guy. He really didn't care about human lives at all. He killed just like that. He didn't hesitate at all. Sky's Eyes was indeed an organization without any humanity. The infected person quickly entered his zombie state. His head turned mechanically a few times, and he sensed the presence of humans around him. Kan Kong had been talking the whole time, so his presence was quite serious. Therefore, the infected person immediately staggered towards him. Su Yun thought to himself, this guy is not bad. He's already dead, but he still knows how to avenge himself. Yes, you've found the right person. Bite him, scratch him. Let him have a taste of his own medicine. However, Kan Kong was not afraid at all. When the guy walked in front of him, he suddenly pulled out the dagger at his waist and accurately stabbed it into the center of the guy's head. With this stab, the infected person was like an electric toy whose battery had been removed. He could not react or move at all. This is the only way to kill this kind of person. Kan Kong pulled out the dagger after he finished speaking. The infected person fell to the ground with a loud thud, and no longer reacted. His body rotted even faster. Perhaps it was because he was disgusted. Kan Kong threw the dagger in his hand to the ground. At this moment, Nian Yi stepped forward and pulled out something from her pocket. She opened it with a smack and threw it onto the infected person's body. The infected person's body was instantly set ablaze. The fire was so strong that not even his bones were left. Because the fire was very strong, it burned very quickly. However, the fire came and went quickly. After the infected person was completely burned, the fire was completely extinguished. It seemed that this thing only burned people and nothing else. I've already proven this thing, said Kan Kong. Mr. Wang, are you all right now? You've indeed proven this thing, but isn't the cost of proving it a little too high? It's the life of one of my subordinates. Wang Jinjin was a little angry about this. You can't blame me for this, said Kan Kong. If Mr. Wang wasn't so suspicious, your subordinate wouldn't have died. This is the only way to prove the existence of the Ebola virus weapon. You should know that. I can't possibly use one of my own to prove it to you, right? Wang Jinjin snorted. It did not matter anyway. The other people who saw this today would also die when they returned. Only he and Su Yun knew about the existence of the Ebola virus weapon. No one else could know about it. His anger was just for show. Otherwise, how could he convince the others? Then you should at least apologize to my subordinate, right? You can't let him die in vain, right? Said Wang Jinjin. Chong Mo, who was on Skynet's side, could not take it anymore. He deserved to die. He was a sinner. He deserved to die today. What's there to apologize for? The moment she spoke, Su Yun determined her identity. With her height, voice, and temper, who else could it be other than Chong Mo? Chapter 2270. Then I, Wang Jinjin, won't allow you to casually attack my people in front of me. Wang Jinjin was a little angry. Even if the other party was Sky's Eye, he couldn't tolerate being ordered around by a little girl. You better remember that Hong Kong and Macau are my territory. So what if it's yours? Nian Yi seemed to be a little unhappy with Wang Jinjin's arrogant attitude. Even if it's the White House of the President of the United States, we, Sky's Eye, can enter and leave as we please. No one can do anything to us. Mr. Wang, are you trying to teach us a lesson? Wang Jinjin scoffed. I know the capabilities of Sky's Eye, but this is a place to be reasonable. You killed my people, you can't expect me to apologize to you, right? Kan Kong was a little impatient. Mr. Wang, if you only want an apology, fine, I'll apologize to you. I killed them, you can tell me whatever you want. But it's best not to involve other things, or I won't agree. Wang Jinjin laughed. At least you're a straightforward person. I won't argue with you. I'm only here for the item, nothing else. That's good. Kan Kong said, we'll each take what we need. Wait, before that, I want to ask your boss what he wants to do with this solvent extraction? Wang Jinjin said, I've never heard of Sky's Eye being involved in the drug industry. Could it be that the famous Sky's Eye was also a drug lord? When Gu Li heard this question, she didn't give Wang Jinjin any face at all. This isn't something you should be asking about. Just do your own thing. You promised to trade with us, don't tell me you want to go back on your word? No, of course not. Wang Jinjin said, I'm just curious. After all, the value of my solvent extraction isn't any lower than the original solution of the Ebola virus, right? You guys are always so arrogant and haughty, which makes me feel uncomfortable. Then what do you want? Chong Mo scoffed. If this old bastard dared to do such a thing again, she would personally teach him a lesson. I wouldn't dare to do anything. Wang Jinjin said, but even your boss doesn't treat me like this. I really don't know how your subordinates can have such a bad attitude. How can I work with you guys in the long term? I'm sorry, Mr. Wang. Other than the solvent extraction, you don't have anything else that interests us, so we won't be working with you again. Kan Kong said, we'll put the original solution of the Ebola virus here. You should also show us your solvent extraction. Wang Jinjin was startled. It seems that your boss's trust in me is just for show. He doesn't really trust me. Of course, Kan Kong said, Mr. Wang has repeatedly asked us to prove our things. We have already done so. We have no choice but to use our own methods to prove it to Mr. Wang. Wang Jinjin's expression didn't look too good. He waved his hand and motioned for his subordinates to bring the box containing the solvent extraction to the front. He also gave Su Yun a look, indicating that Su Yun should be ready to get his hands on the Ebola virus. Actually, even without Wang Jinjin's signal, Su Yun had already locked onto his target. He had to get his hands on this thing today. First, he had to get his hands on the Ebola virus. Then, he would get the police to seal off all the transportation routes to and from Hong Kong and Macau. That way, the 5 people from Sky's Eye wouldn't be able to get out. After the threat of the Ebola virus weapon was removed, Su Yun could play the game of catching a turtle in a jar to his heart's content. He wanted to see how Sky's Eye would be able to escape. If he made Su Yun anxious, he could mobilize hundreds of his brothers from the special forces to play this game of cat and mouse with him. When that happened, Sky's Eye would cry. After Remnant took the solvent extraction, Jie-Su, who had been silent all this while, took out a packet of white powder from his pocket. Judging from its appearance and fineness, it couldn't be considered a high-quality product. The solvent extraction in Remnant's hand could turn this kind of low-quality product into something no different from a high-quality product. This was a treasure for drug dealers all over the world. The person who developed the solvent extraction was already dead. For some reason, this solvent had fallen into Wang Jinjin's hands. If Skies I wanted to get his hands on this thing now, as long as he could find someone who could analyze the principle of its production, countless drug dealers would come knocking on his door to talk about cooperation. When Remnant added a drop of the solvent extraction into the white powder, the two didn't react at all. Logically speaking, the solvent extraction would quickly fuse with the drug after it came into contact with it. After a slight shake, it would fuse back together again. As long as this thing fused with a drug, it would quickly take shape. Then, after some simple processing and grinding, it would become a high-quality product. Therefore, this thing was definitely not a simple thing. If anyone could get their hands on this thing, it could be said that they had obtained the entire drug world. It wasn't that Wang Jinjin hadn't thought of using this thing to make money, but the people he found had never been able to analyze how this solvent extraction was made. This was because he only had a small amount of the original solvent extraction. If they couldn't figure out how to make this solvent extraction, the value of this thing would be limited. Therefore, Wang Jinjin was willing to use this to make a deal. It was also because of this that Skies I was moved. At that time, Wang Jinjin didn't think of playing tricks with Skies Eye. However, after Skies Eye agreed, Wang Jinjin began to care more about the value of the solvent extraction. He thought that if someone could really analyze how to make the solvent extraction, wouldn't he suffer a huge loss? Therefore, Wang Jinjin decided that he couldn't let this matter rest. He didn't want to continue the deal with Skies Eye, but he wanted the Ebola virus weapon. Originally, he didn't have the confidence to play tricks with Skies Eye. However, Su Yun's strength gave him the courage to do so. Although the other party had 5 people, Wang Jinjin still decided to go all the way. Therefore, he didn't hesitate to hand over the fake solvent extraction that he had prepared. However, he never expected that the other party would also inspect the goods on the spot. Just as Remnant and the others were hesitating, Wang Jinjin suddenly shouted, "Let's go!" Su Yun immediately went forward and picked up the black box containing the Ebola virus stock and quickly retreated. Wang Jinjin was also fully prepared. He had already asked the driver to turn the car around. After he and Su Yun quickly got into the car, the driver immediately started the car and fled. As for the other subordinates, Wang Jinjin didn't even think of letting them live. If Skies I didn't inspect the goods, this wouldn't have happened. He would still kill everyone who knew about this. Now that Skies I had inspected the goods and exposed him on the spot, he would just send those people to their deaths. The people who came with Wang Jinjin were all quite skilled, and they were all equipped with guns. They didn't know what was going on in Wang Jinjin's mind. All of them were still loyally covering for Wang Jinjin. They all took out their guns and started shooting at Skies Eye's men. This sudden incident had indeed caught Skies Eye's men off guard. They didn't expect Wang Jinjin to be so daring as to play tricks with them. Therefore, they were completely unprepared. The other party suddenly opened fire, which was really unexpected. Although these guys were no match for Skies Eye's men, they had bought enough time for Wang Jinjin to escape. After Remnant dodged the other party's shots, he was the first to break the neck of one of them. Nian Yi and Jie Su followed closely behind and took care of the other 2. Chong Imo also leaped high and kicked one of them away. Gu Li picked up a gun from somewhere and pulled the trigger twice, killing the other 2 with a headshot. They could be said to have taken care of all the interceptors in an instant. However, the real mastermind, Wang Jinjin, had already escaped without a trace. Although he had a unique advantage in the Great Fog Mountain, once someone escaped, it was the most difficult time to chase after them. However, they had no choice but to chase after them. They definitely couldn't let this old bastard Wang Jinjin go. He actually dared to play tricks like this with them. Once they caught him, they would definitely make him die a horrible death. Chapter 2271. Wang Jinjin and Su Yun's car sped down the mountain in a frenzy. The excitement on Wang Jinjin's face was self-evident. He had obtained the Ebola virus weapon and even managed to keep the extraction solvent. He really felt like he was in control of the entire world. After the car left the Great Fog Mountain, under Wang Jinjin's constant urging, they quickly arrived at his home in Wanchai District. After the car stopped, Wang Jinjin finally relaxed. He had already arranged for countless men to guard this place. No matter how capable Sky's Eye was, he wouldn't dare to provoke him, right? Ha 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 ha, Su Yun, you're really good. I'll have to rely on you in the future. Wang Jinjin took a deep breath and looked at the Ebola virus stock solution in Su Yun's arms. Let me take another look at this treasure. Su Yun nodded. However, he glanced at the lackey who had driven them all the way down. The lackey also looked back at the black suitcase with a shocked expression. He was extremely shocked by the things inside. This isn't something you should see. Wang Jinjin's face darkened. Get out of the car and do what you should do. The man who was driving quickly got out of the car. He still suspected that he was dreaming. Just one drop of the thing in the black suitcase could turn a living person into a zombie? This was something he couldn't imagine at all. After the man got out of the car, Wang Jinjin suddenly took out the pistol he carried with him and shot the man in the back, killing him. He wanted to silence him. He absolutely couldn't let anyone leak this matter to him. The sound of the gunshot caused many people to quickly gather here. Everyone was surprised to see that Wang Jinjin was fine, and only one of his men was lying in a pool of blood. Wang Jinjin coughed lightly and cleared his throat. This bastard actually dared to collude with Sky's Eye and caused me to make a deal. I was almost killed by Sky's Eye's people. You guys hurry up and clean up this person. Everyone, be alert today. Someone may come here to seek revenge at any time. Yes, boss. Everyone said. Godfather, I don't think you should stay here today. It's too dangerous. Su Yun said. How about this? You tell your brothers to protect this place, but you come with me to my place. We'll create an illusion here. Even if people from the heavens I come, they'll definitely think that you're here. Empty fort strategy? Ha ha, good. Good. Wang Jinjin said, They suspect that I am here, but I am not here. They killed so many of my brothers in the Great Fog Mountain. The police will definitely not let them go tomorrow. By then, they won't dare to be so arrogant. Su Yun nodded. That's right. As long as they survive tonight, they'll be kicked out of Hong Kong and Macau. Wang Jinjin was suddenly in a good mood. This feeling is too wonderful. Su Yun, let's go to your place and have a good drink. Su Yun immediately got out of the car and went to the driver's seat. The subordinates also dispersed to their posts to do their jobs. By the way, Godfather, look at this. I just picked it up in the Great Fog Mountain. I don't know if it was something that the Heaven's Eye team accidentally dropped. It's so mysterious. Su Yun closed all the windows of the car and reached behind him. Wang Jinjin stretched his head out curiously. However, what greeted him was not a mysterious good thing, but a heavy punch from Su Yun. Su Yun's punch directly hit Wang Jinjin's temple. Wang Jinjin didn't even have time to show a surprised expression on his face before he fainted in the back seat. Su Yun took the black box in his hand and quickly drove to pick up Yang Qi. Yang Qi had been waiting. Ever since Su Yun and Wang Jinjin left, she felt like she was sitting on pins and needles. That kind of anxiety and nervousness made her keep walking around the room. She didn't even sit down for a minute. As time passed, a faint white light began to appear in the sky. Yang Qi finally waited for Su Yun's arrival. It's a success. Su Yun only said 3 words to her. He didn't explain much and quickly unshackled her feet. He would leave this thing for Wang Jinjin to use first. When the two of them returned to the car, Wang Jinjin was still unconscious. Su Yun asked Yang Qi to quickly contact Gu Ming. Then he put the shackles on Wang Jinjin's legs. He then used a rope to tie Wang Jinjin up so that he couldn't move at all. After Yang Qi and Gu Ming got in touch, her eyes fixed on the black box. Could this be? Yes, the Ebola virus weapon stock. Su Yun nodded. Yang Qi opened the black box with trembling hands. After seeing what was inside, she couldn't help but cry. Just for this, how many people had sacrificed and how much? Now that everything was over, the emptiness in her heart made Yang Qi excited. We finally succeeded. Everything is over. If Li Guang knows, he will be happy for us. He will know. Su Yun said, his soul in heaven will be comforted. Su Yun took out a bottle of cold mineral water from the car's fridge. After opening the cap, he poured all of it on Wang Jinjin's face. Wang Jinjin woke up in an instant. Although his head was still aching, he quickly regained consciousness. When he saw Su Yun and Yang Qi standing in front of him, he was completely stunned. Wang Jinjin trembled. Son, you actually... slap. Su Yun slapped Wang Jinjin's face. Are you done taking advantage of me? Who the F***ck is your son? Do you really think of yourself as a father? I'm your father. I'm telling you today, I'm here to catch you. Today you fell into my hands. Even God can't save you. With what you've done, don't expect to stay in Hong Kong or Macau. Come back to Huaxia with me and enjoy your trial. You're a spy. Wang Jinjin gritted his teeth. He had never fallen into a trap before, but this time, he actually believed the most untrustworthy person. So what? Su Yun said, let me tell you, Wang Jinjin. In order to make you believe me, I humiliated Yang Qi and killed Li Guang. All of this is thanks to you. Each of us was willing to sacrifice our most precious thing for this. Today, you finally got what you deserved. Our sacrifice was worth it. Wang Jinjin wanted to skin Su Yun alive right now, but no matter how hard he struggled, he couldn't move an inch. You bastard! How dare you lie to me? So what if I lie to you? Who told you to be an idiot? Su Yun said, okay, save your energy. If you have anything to say, go to the station first. Explain your shameful deeds clearly to me. I'll kill you. Wang Jinjin said, I'll definitely kill you. Whether you can save your own life is still a problem. You still want to kill me? Su Yun snorted. Tonight, skies, I will massacre your Hongdong society. From now on, Hongdong society will disappear with you in Hong Kong and Macau. Su Yun didn't wait for Wang Jinjin to speak again. He handed a piece of cloth to Su Yun. Su Yun stuffed Wang Jinjin's mouth without saying a word. Save your saliva. When I need you to explain later, speak with all your might. Let's go find Gu Ming first. He's waiting for us in our Special Operations Department office. Yang Qi said, because of the two incidents that Skies I did, the entire Hong Kong and Macau police force has been in a state of alert. Su Yun nodded and let Yang Qi get into the car. He also let her look after the box containing the Ebola virus stock solution. They rushed all the way to see Gu Ming. Wang Jinjin kept struggling in the back seat of the car. However, Su Yun fastened a shock buckle on him. The more Wang Jinjin struggled, the tighter it was. The tighter it was, the more uncomfortable it was. Save your strength. There's nothing you can do to reverse the situation. Just enjoy the present outcome. Su Yun said, Wang Jinjin, you have done so many bad things. It's time for you to admit defeat, right? If you continue like this, it won't do you any good. Woo-woo. Wang Jinjin seemed to be scolding someone, but he couldn't say a word. Su Yun soon arrived at the meeting place with Gu Ming. This matter finally came to a temporary end. Su Yun detained Wang Jinjin while Yang Qi carried the black box containing the Ebola virus weapons. The three of them went to Gu Ming's office together. Chapter 2272. When Gu Ming saw the three of them appear, he stood up excitedly. His gaze fell on Yang Qi's hand, and his voice trembled nervously. This is the Ebola virus weapon? Yes. Yang Qi placed the box on the table and pushed it to Gu Ming. Gu Ming opened the box with trembling hands. At that moment, his eyes shone brightly. He had been running around for so long for this thing. Now that he had a definite answer, he finally breathed a sigh of relief. Gu Ming looked at Su Yun excitedly. It's really been hard on you. It's been hard on all of you. You are the pride of the police, the pride of Hong Kong and Macau, and the pride of Hua Xia. Minister Gu, I won't listen to these words. Su Yun said, how to deal with this bastard now is the problem. I caught him, and I don't plan to let him stay in Hong Kong and Macau for trial. Who knows how many high-ranking people here are related to him, so I want to bring him back and deal with him. Yes. Of course, no problem. Gu Ming said. And the Ebola virus weapon. This thing must be handed over to the country to deal with. I won't leave it in Hong Kong and Macau. Su Yun said again, it's not that I don't believe in Hong Kong and Macau's ability to protect this weapon, but the Ebola virus is too terrifying. I think the country will have a better way to deal with it. Gu Ming still nodded. These are not a problem. Even if you didn't take the initiative to mention it, the Hong Kong and Macau police will also apply to the country in this regard. Su Yun smiled. This way, he had nothing to worry about. As long as you can promise me these two things, I have no problem. You can rest assured. Gu Ming said, in addition, I have a surprise for you. There is a person you must want to see. I have already contacted him just now. He is now under the escort of medical personnel. Su Yun and Yang Qi were stunned. They did not understand what Gu Ming meant. Patient. Did he want them to see the patient? For this matter, he almost sacrificed his life. Gu Ming said, he is our hero behind the scenes. Perhaps you all thought that he had sacrificed himself, but he didn't. When I met him that day, I already knew what he was thinking, so I arranged for someone to secretly protect him. That's why he was saved. He didn't die. At this point, Su Yun and Yang Qi had already realized who it was. The two of them exclaimed in unison, Li Guang? Yes. Gu Ming nodded. You guys wait here for a while. He'll be here soon. I'll bring Wang Jinjin and the Ebola virus weapon to see Director Liu. He's been tormented by this matter and hasn't been home for 2 days. He's been working here. I believe he'll be very happy to know that everything has been resolved. Yang Qi nodded vigorously. Su Yun also gestured for Gu Ming to return to his work. Right now, their minds were no longer on this matter. The most important thing to them was that Li Guang was still alive. This was really a miracle of miracles. A few minutes later, Li Guang arrived accompanied by 2 medical staff. After seeing the two of them, Li Guang's face revealed a bright smile. Su Yun, I knew you could do it. Su Yun's eyes could not help but redden. Since young, he had always thought that men would bleed but not cry. Now that he saw Li Guang come back from the dead, he could not help but say, Brother Guang, I'm sorry. What are you saying? I should thank you. Thank you for understanding me. Thank you for doing what I thought you should do. Li Guang said, if it weren't for your decisiveness, we wouldn't have achieved what we have today. Yang Qi couldn't help but cry. She wasn't an iron-blooded man. She wouldn't control her emotions when she couldn't control them. It's so good to see you all safe and sound. I'm so happy. Why are you crying when you're happy? Li Guang said, look at me. I can move freely now. I already told them that I don't need to trouble the medical staff, but they refused. Although your body is recovering very quickly, you still have to be careful. The nurse who came with Li Guang said. Although she was just an ordinary nurse in the police hospital, she was known as one of the top 10 outstanding youths in Hong Kong and Macau because of her dedication. Therefore, the care of heroes like Li Guang was left to her. She also admired heroes like Li Guang, so she took care of Li Guang very seriously. Many times, it made Li Guang feel very embarrassed. Yes, you shouldn't have come. You should have asked Minister Gu to tell us where you are. We'll go and see you. Su Yun said. Li Guang smiled. I came here to see Wang Jinjin, to let him see me, to let him know that I'm still alive. To let him know that this world is so reasonable. Evil will be repaid with evil, and good will be rewarded with good. I was born with the opposite heart and lungs, so your knife did not hurt my heart and did not pierce my lung. Su-yun was so happy that he cried. This was fate. He wiped his eyes with his hand to make it look like he was not crying. Let's not talk about this anymore. Let's see what color Wang Jinjin's face will become later. By the way, where are Minister Gu and Wang Jinjin? Li Guang asked. Yang Qi smiled. You don't have to worry about work. Minister Gu has already taken Wang Jinjin to Sir Lu. Wang Jinjin is very cunning. Could it be that Minister Gu brought him there alone? Li Guang said worriedly. I heard that all the police are outside now. They should be searching for Sky's Eye, right? Don't worry. Wang Jinjin has been tied up by Su-yun and has been handcuffed. There's no way he can escape, Yang Qi said. Yang Qi said, Minister Gu isn't someone to be trifled with. He's also very skilled. He was once the champion of the Hong Kong and Macau police force. Su-yun was not as optimistic as Yang Qi. This person had been gone for a while, but there was no movement at all. Could there really be a problem? You guys talk first. I'll go take a look, Su-yun said. The atmosphere is a bit too quiet. It feels a bit wrong. Could something have really happened? Impossible. Minister Gu is not a careless person. Although Yang Qi was sure of Gu Ming's ability, she could not help but frown. Su-yun's words made her feel vaguely uneasy. I'll go take a look. You're not familiar with this place, and you don't know where Sir Lu's office is. Su-yun nodded. Then you go take a look. After all, this was a police station. Nothing serious should have happened, but it was a bit strange that it was so quiet. Wang Jinjin is already like this. He can't play any tricks, Li Guang said. Don't worry. Yang Qi left Gu Ming's office and went straight to LV Huarong's office. The closer Yang Qi was to LV Huarong's office, the more uneasy she felt because there was no sound at all. Could it be that Sir Lu was not at all excited when he saw Wang Jinjin and the Ebola virus in front of him? When Yang Qi came to LV Huarong's office, she knocked on the door. Sir Lu, are you in? Yes. A sleepy voice came from inside. Who is it? It's me, Sir Lu. Yang Qi from the Special Operations Department. Yang Qi said. I'm here to see our minister. Come in. LV Huarong had just fallen asleep. He was really too tired. These 2 days had made him mentally and physically exhausted. Yang Qi opened the door and only saw LV Huarong in front of the desk. She did not look at anyone else. Sir Lu, Minister Gu came to see you with Wang Jinjin. Where are they? What Wang Jinjin? LV Huarong said. Gu Ming hasn't been here either. What's wrong with you? Oh no. Yang Qi was shocked. She did not have time to explain to LV Huarong. She rushed out of LV Huarong's office and shouted in the direction of Su-yun's office. Oh no. Minister Gu and Wang Jinjin are gone. The Ebola virus weapon is still with them. Her shout not only alarmed Su-yun and Li Guang, but also scared LV Huarong half to death. He did not understand what had happened. Why was it Gu Ming and Wang Jinjin again? It was enough to give him a headache. Furthermore, an Ebola virus weapon had popped out of nowhere, shocking him to the core. The Ebola virus was the culprit behind the 2 virus infections in Hong Kong and Macau. Chapter 2273. Are you kidding me, Yang Qi? Come in. Tell me everything clearly. LV Huarong was also energized. His sleepiness was swept away. This was a big deal. Yang Qi quickly explained the situation to LV Huarong. LV Huarong was shocked speechless for a long time. Gu Ming did not report such a big thing to him. Are you sure you brought Wang Jinjin and the Ebola virus weapon back? LV Huarong's eyes widened. Where is he? Where is Gu Ming? He said he would bring Wang Jinjin to see you and asked us to wait for Li Guang in his office. Yang Qi said, but now he's gone, and he didn't come to your place. We felt that there was no response after so long, so we hurried over to take a look. LV Huarong slammed the table. Close the door and inform everyone to look for him. Now the people from the various departments are working outside. Minister Gu said that you have arranged for people to be sent out for the 2 virus infections, Yang Qi said. Then inform everyone to come back. LV Huarong said. We must not let Wang Jinjin escape. We must not let the Ebola virus weapon be taken away. Hurry. Yes. Yang Qi immediately went into work. After hearing Yang Qi's shout, Su Yun did not have time to chat with Li Guang. He signaled the accompanying nurse to take care of Li Guang and quickly rushed over. Li Guang did not have time to care about his injury. He wanted to do something with Su Yun, but the nurse stopped him. You can't do any strenuous exercise in your physical condition. Your wound will tear easily. I don't care so much. If Wang Jinjin escapes, things will be troublesome. The whole of Hong Kong and Macau will be in danger. Li Guang said. I can't let Wang Jinjin escape even if I die. No, my responsibility is to take good care of you. The nurse rejected Li Guang and stopped him from going. You don't know how powerful the Ebola virus is. The 2 virus infections a few days ago were because of that thing. Li Guang said. It's dangerous here. Don't add to the trouble. I'm a police officer. I have the obligation to protect Hong Kong and Macau. This is my job, don't stop me. The nurse who had been taking care of Li Guang was very touched. A person who was hurt like this, but his heart was still with someone else. This kind of person's heart was so big. Okay, if you want to do your job, I won't stop you. But I also want to do my job. My job is to take care of you. You can't stop me. Li Guang could not out-talk her, so he could only let her follow him. Although Li Guang wasn't as convenient as usual, his intuition was still very accurate. He knew the layout of the Hong Kong and Macau police station, so he immediately made a judgment. Su Yun saw that LV Huarong's office was empty. Yang Qi was busy notifying all the departments to come back. LV Huarong looked at Su Yun blankly. Obviously, he had never seen Su Yun before. Although he knew that Su Yun was undercover, he had never had direct contact with Su Yun. Who are you? LV Huarong was very angry now. After seeing Su Yun, he did not have a good temper. You don't need to know who I am. Think of a way now. Don't let Wang Jinjin escape with the Ebola virus. After saying that, Su Yun rushed out to start looking for Li Guang. Unfortunately, he was not familiar with the place and did not know where to start. He could only run around like a headless fly. Although Li Guang, who understood the situation, couldn't move, his mind was very clear. Soon he found something, but this discovery shocked him. Wang Jinjin. I saw Wang Jinjin. Li Guang shouted loudly. Su Yun heard him and immediately rushed over. Li Guang's health was not good now. If he fought, he would definitely be at a disadvantage. LV Huarong also rushed to the place where the sound came from. Yang Qi, who had notified all the department heads, also threw away the phone and rushed out. Every one of them was burning with anxiety. They must not let Wang Jinjin leave the police station with the Ebola virus. But when they arrived at the scene, they realized that things were far from as simple as they thought. Wang Jinjin was indeed found, but only a corpse was found. He was dead. His face was full of shock and disbelief. And there was no black box with the Ebola virus beside him. The only person missing now was Gu Ming. Where did Gu Ming go? Where did he take the Ebola virus to? The situation had changed so unexpectedly in an instant. Su Yun punched the wall fiercely. He should not have trusted anyone in this matter. He had unconditionally trusted Gu Ming and handed Wang Jinjin and the Ebola virus to him. Obviously, this was deliberately arranged by Gu Ming. If he had directly made this request, Su Yun would have had some misgivings. But Gu Ming first mentioned Li Guang and said that Li Guang was not dead, which shocked Su Yun and Yang Qi. Gu Ming knew very well that they wanted to see Li Guang, so he arranged for Li Guang to meet them here and let them wait. As long as the timing was right, Gu Ming would have enough time to make his own plan. While Su Yun and Yang Qi were talking to Li Guang, LV Huarong was still resting tiredly at the desk in the office, and all the people in the police station were out looking for the whereabouts of Sky's Eye. Gu Ming made his move. He killed Wang Jinjin directly to silence him, then fled the police station with the Ebola virus weapon. Throughout the whole process, no one suspected him, and no one stopped him. Gu Ming acted as if he was taking something from his own home, without any trouble at all. This plan was so unexpected that no one dared to think about it. And what did Gu Ming want with that thing? That was an evil weapon that could destroy the whole of Hong Kong and Macau. At this time, all the people in the department rushed back to the police station. Everyone knew that something big had happened. Now, as long as Gu Ming released the virus stock solution, the consequences would be unimaginable. Su Yun felt that his head was about to explode. This feeling of failure at the last minute was unacceptable. What the F***ck happened? D***MNit. LV Huarong also realized the seriousness of the matter, and ordered all the police to arrest Gu Ming. They could not let Gu Ming do anything illegal. The incident that had just calmed down was now in a state of emergency. Yang Qi still could not believe that Gu Ming would do such a thing. Li Guang was also shocked. His life was saved by Gu Ming. At that time, Wang Jinjin's people had taken him to Jiulong Mountain to be buried. It was Gu Ming and his people who arrived in time to dig him up and send him to the hospital, saving his life. So, no matter what, Li Guang could not believe that Gu Ming would have evil thoughts about the Ebola virus weapon. Was good and evil just a matter of a single thought? No. Absolutely not. Su Yun dared to say that it was absolutely impossible. The whole thing was designed by Gu Ming to get the Ebola virus weapon. Otherwise, it would not have been so precise, and it was all under his control. Su Yun was very angry. He was like a chess piece that was controlled by Gu Ming, and was used by Gu Ming to help him achieve his final victory. The police in Hong Kong and Macau were in an uproar. From early morning until evening, the whole of Hong Kong and Macau was almost turned upside down by the police, but no one found Gu Ming's whereabouts. Obviously, the situation was worse than they thought. Gu Ming must have been prepared long ago. After getting the weapon, he left Hong Kong and Macau immediately, so now even if they dug 3 feet into the ground, they would not be able to find Gu Ming's whereabouts. Gu Ming was no longer in Hong Kong and Macau, and the Ebola virus weapon must have been taken away by him. No one could guess what kind of plans and intentions this damned Gu Ming had. After all, he was an old man who had worked in the Hong Kong and Macau police for so many years. He had made countless contributions, and the Special Operations Department that he led was only orderly and prosperous. He had never made any big mistakes when handling anything. Why did things turn out like this? Everyone was on the verge of breaking down. This incident was a big blow to them. Su Yun originally thought that all the sacrifices were worth it, but now it seemed that all the sacrifices were for Gu Ming's sake. Gu Ming, I will catch you with my own hands one day, and I will feed you the Ebola virus stock and make you drink it all. Su Yun clenched his fists. Damn son of AB**TCH. He could not afford to be distracted by the matter of Sky's Eye. After all, the dangerous Ebola virus was the most important thing. Su Yun did not have the time to care about Sky's Eye. Chapter 2274. The people from Heaven's Eye were also filled with doubts about everything that had happened. The 5 people who had chased after Wang Jinjin all the way to Wan Chai District's villa did not find anything. They only found out that Wang Jinjin's men were not there after they interrogated him. When they wanted to search elsewhere, the police had already sent people to seal up Wang Jinjin's entire house. Things would not be so simple once the police were involved. Kong Kong ordered everyone to hide immediately. Without his orders, no one was to act on their own. Moreover, they could not stay in a hotel right now. They could only find a crowded and messy place to stay. They could only find another place to stay. Then let's go to Jolong City now. I heard Dad mention that place. He said he's been there before. Chong Mo said, Dad said that place has always been a lawless place. 90% of the heroin in Hong Kong and Macau is exported from there. There are all kinds of illegal places, including a large number of unsupervised underground food processing plants, unlicensed doctors, illegal immigrants, and so on. They're all gathered there. You know quite a lot. Gu Li smiled bitterly. Of course. Chong Mo said, I also know that there are all kinds of illegal buildings built on top of each other. Almost all of the areas in Jolong City have no sunlight for 24 hours. Even at noon, electric lights are needed. The sanitary conditions in Jolong City are also the worst. Rats and ants eat and sleep with people. Nyen Yi nodded. You're right. That's a true portrayal of Jolong City. It's dark and dirty. There are all kinds of brothels, narrow secret passages with neon lights flickering on and off. The maze-like corridors are as complicated as ant nests. The walls are leaking, and there are heroin addicts squatting in the corners. Dad told me all of this. Dad also said that the police never set foot in that place. The security is very bad. Robbers rob in broad daylight. As long as they turn around and run back to Jolong City, the police will not chase after them. Therefore, all kinds of wanted criminals around Southeast Asia will hide there when they have nowhere else to go. Chong Mo said, Let's go there. We'll definitely be able to hide there. Jie Su sighed helplessly and shook his head. Why are you sighing? What's wrong? Am I wrong? Chong Mo glared. No, you're right. Remnant finally spoke, but there's one thing that Dad didn't tell you clearly. What's wrong? Chong Mo asked. The 9-dragon-walled city that Dad mentioned was a place he had been to when he was young. As for 9-dragon-walled city, it was demolished more than 20 years ago. At that time, Hong Kong and Macau hadn't returned yet. Can Kong said, a long time ago, when we were discussing the transfer of Hong Kong's sovereignty in Yenjing, the Hua Xia government requested that we take care of a few things before we hand over Hong Kong and Macau, and one of them is to clean up Jolong City. The Hong Kong government has tried several times to govern the area, but due to the situation being too bad and the influence of the underworld being too deeply rooted, they were unable to do anything. Gu Li continued, in 1993, the Hong Kong government couldn't take it anymore. They mobilized close to 5,000 police officers and detained close to 10,000 people. After a year, they finally razed Jolong City to the ground. Chong Mo's eyes widened as he looked at the sky. Raze it to the ground? Yes, it was razed to the ground. Although 9-dragon-walled city was indeed a living hell on earth, when the city was demolished, many of the residents would rather die than leave. There were even people who committed suicide after the city was demolished. Gu Li said, for many of these residents, they wouldn't be able to survive in a world without 9-dragon-walled city. That place is now 9-dragon-walled city's park. Chong Mo, you should know more about the current situation before coming out with us. Nyen Yi couldn't help Chong Mo with this matter. That's old history. Chong Mo pursed his lips. If you all know, then why do you want me to say anything? You're making me think that I'm quite powerful and know everything. We've heard about all these things from our father. We just suddenly missed our childhood, so we wanted to hear it from you. Can Kong said, that place is gone now, but we can go to Sky Water Y. That's right, Tian Shui Wei was originally a fishing pond. To the south is Ping Mountain, to the north is Wangjing Village and Maipa Nature Care Area. To the west is Xia Village and Xiaowei Village, and to the east is Fengjiawei and Dong Tu Village. Gu Li said, when Hong Kong and Macau developed Tian Shui Wei, the government proposed to build 85,000 units a year, so the height and density of the public housing in the north of Tian Shui Wei were quite high. In addition to the lack of community facilities, the living environment in the north of Tian Shui Wei wasn't particularly good. But for us, it's a good place. Chong Mo said, I've heard of that place. Isn't it the sad city that many people talk about? I've seen a movie about a family of 4 that was tragically wiped out. That's right, that's the place. You guys go there and find a place to hide. The density of the buildings there is high, so it's easy to hide. Kan Kong said, Gu Li, I'll leave them to you. Especially Chong Mo, you must protect her well. Gu Li only nodded. What about you? Chong Mo was startled. You're not coming with us? I need to get to the bottom of this. The Ebola weapon is gone. Wang Jinjin is gone. Now we have nothing. How am I going to explain this to Dad? Kan Kong said, no matter what, I have to find the Ebola weapon. Otherwise, I won't be able to face Dad. Then we'll go with you. One more person means one more helper. Chong Mo said. Chong Mo, you should listen to Kan Kong, Gu Li said. Gu Li said, the entire police force in Hong Kong and Macau is watching this. The more people we have, the greater the risk of being exposed. Let's let Kan Kong investigate this himself. If he needs us, he'll naturally come to us. Kan Kong nodded seriously at Chong Mo, hoping she could understand. After that incident, Chong Mo had matured a lot. She nodded. Brother Kan Kong, you must be careful when you're alone. Don't worry, I'll be fine. Kan Kong had completed countless missions alone. His experience was worthy of everyone's recognition and trust. Gu Li said, then I'll take them to Tian Shui Wei to lie low for a while. If anything happens, contact me immediately. No problem. Kan Kong nodded and left alone. The others followed Gu Li's lead to Tianshui Wei district. Now that the police were aware of the murder in the Great Fog Mountain, they were in a very dangerous situation. Although they had tried their best to reduce the number of clues, there was no such thing as an absolute secret. They were still in danger. Kan Kong's decision was correct. Although he couldn't guarantee that nothing would happen to them, he could at least guarantee their safety. At least, he wouldn't let anything happen to them. Now that everyone's fate was in Kan Kong's hands, he had to be responsible for them. He had to be responsible for this incident. He couldn't let the Ebola weapon be taken away just like that. Kan Kong had to get the Ebola weapon back even if he had to sacrifice his life. Also, he had to let Wang Jinjin know the price he had to pay for his actions. He had to let Wang Jinjin know that he shouldn't have done that. Also, he had to get the extraction solvent. That was the best asset his father could use to get in contact with the drug lords. Without the extraction solvent, the next step of their plan couldn't be carried out. The next step of his father's plan was to deal a heavy blow to all the drug lords in the world. The first step of this plan was to extract the solvent. Damn Wang Jinjin. Kan Kong wanted to take Wang Jinjin's life. He quickly calmed himself down. He hadn't even completed the first mission, and he was already thinking about the second one. He really didn't know his place. Kan Kong slapped himself twice to wake himself up. He started to move quickly. Right now, he had to go to the police station and figure out the situation. He didn't have any other clues. This was the only way he could be sure that he wouldn't return empty-handed. The police were so nervous right now. Kan Kong couldn't let himself relax. Otherwise, he might fall into a situation where he couldn't save himself. He wasn't a person who was afraid of death, but if he was in danger, those guys definitely wouldn't leave on their own. That would be the same as harming them. Kan Kong couldn't let anything happen to him no matter what. Chapter 2275. After 2 days of investigation by the police, they could basically conclude that Gu Ming had escaped from Hong Kong and Macau. Now, his whereabouts were unknown. After the incident, the Hong Kong and Macau police deployment had been very strict, so there was only one way for Gu Ming to escape from Hong Kong and Macau, and that was by water. This was too troublesome. There were too many places in Hong Kong and Macau that could be left by boat, so it was difficult to judge and capture him. Now that he was nowhere to be found, LV Huarong almost scolded everyone. But scolding was useless. No one thought that Gu Ming would do such a thing. After all, he was the chief of the Hong Kong and Macau Special Operations Department. Who would think of this? The most important thing now was to find a way to find out where Gu Ming escaped to. Now is not the time to lose your temper, Director Liu. I'm afraid we still need to start by water to track Gu Ming's whereabouts. Su Yun, I think there must be someone capable in Hong Kong and Macau who can help Gu Ming get a boat and send Gu Ming out. LV Huarong was startled. There were such people in Hong Kong and Macau. Many people in gangs would ask them for help after committing crimes. This was also a monopoly. If there was someone who could do well in this area, then there was only one person. Water Ghost. If Gu Ming wants to find a boat to send him out, I'm afraid there is only one person who can do this in such a short time. LV Huarong thought of this guy. This person is called Li Rongtian. Many people call him Water Ghost because no matter where you want to go, as long as the price is right, he can send you out by water. LV Huarong was now very clear about Su Yun's identity, so LV Huarong was still very cooperative with Su Yun. Li Rongtian. Su Yun said faintly, I want to see this person. LV Huarong glanced at the person in charge of the criminal department. What are you waiting for? Go and find him for me. I'll give you 2 hours or so to bring Li Rongtian back to me. Yes. The criminal department immediately took action. In fact, it wasn't difficult to catch Li Rongtian, but this guy didn't leave any room for escape, so the police had no reason to convict him. Even if they brought him back, they could only use the excuse of cooperating with the investigation. Li Rongtian was quickly brought back to the police station. Su Yun said that he would handle the matter himself and hoped that no one else would interfere. LV Huarong agreed to his request. Su Yun was worried that these types of people had a good relationship with the police, so if there were people from the police involved, it would be easy for him to feel safe. In order to make him talk, he had to be terrified. Therefore, Su Yun decided to meet him personally. Although Li Rongtian wasn't tall, his body was very strong. People who grew up on the coast wouldn't have bad physical fitness. Every day, he would come and go in the wind and waves, so he was very strong. Su Yun came to the interrogation room. There were only 2 people in the huge room, him and Li Rongtian. Li Rongtian looked very disdainful. His face was full of an expression of, "What can you do to me?" It wasn't the first time he came to the police station, and he knew that it wouldn't be the last time, but he could be sure that he could escape every time. When Li Rongtian saw Su Yun, his expression was more or less surprised. Brother Yun of the Kowloon Peninsula was very popular. Li Rongtian was also a person who made a living in this field. Of course, it was impossible for him not to know Su Yun. Isn't this Brother Yun of the Hongdong Society? Why are you doing things for the police? The expression on Li Rongtian's face was less disdainful and more nervous. What do those cops mean? Su Yun sat opposite Li Rongtian. You can treat this matter as if it has nothing to do with the police. I am the one who wants to find you. Brother Yun, you are looking for me? Li Rongtian said, I'm afraid I don't have such a big face, right? Now everyone is saying that you first became De Kuan, then killed Li Guang, and now you betrayed Wang Jinjin. You are already in control of the Hongdong Society. I am just a small character. How can I disturb you? Stop talking nonsense. I am not here to chat with you. Su Yun said, I am asking you, where did Gu Ming go? Who is Gu Ming? Li Rongtian said with a surprised face, I don't know what Brother Yun is talking about. Su Yun looked at Li Rongtian and smiled. Am I too polite to you? So your mind is not very clear? Do you want me to help you clear your mind? Brother Yun, this is the police station. It is not good for you to make a move here, right? Li Rongtian pointed at the camera in the room. At this time, LV Huarong and the others were watching everything in the monitoring room. Su Yun said, So what if it is the police station? Oh, right, I forgot. I shouldn't call you Brother Yun. I should call you Police Officer Su. You are the one who got rid of Wang Jinjin and destroyed the Hongdong Society in one fell swoop. You are a big hero. Li Rongtian said, a big hero wouldn't want to be punished for using private means, right? Su Yun shrugged his shoulders. It seems that you know quite a lot of things. Ha ha ha, I am not the only one who knows about this. The whole Hong Kong and Macau are abuzz with this. Li Rongtian said, I really didn't expect Officer Su to be even more powerful than that ambitious person. You entered the Hongdong Society because you had to endure hardships. Now that you've taken down Wang Jinjin, you should be successful and famous. Why are you involved with me? You know a lot of things, but you don't know that I don't care about any punishment, right? Su Yun said, why don't I try it on you here? You will know after you try. Don't. Let's talk nicely. Li Rongtian said, I am a law-abiding Hong Kong and Macau citizen. I didn't do anything wrong. You won't do anything to me, right? Su Yun smiled. Li Rongtian, I found that your ability to change the topic is quite good. With just a few words, you have completely digressed? Digressed? Li Rongtian said, but I don't know what Police Officer Su is looking for me for. How can I digress? I am asking you where Gu Ming went. It is very simple, right? You only need to answer this question. You don't need to talk nonsense with me. Su Yun said, so, isn't the topic much clearer? Li Rongtian grinned. That is a bit difficult. I don't even know who Gu Ming is. How can I answer this question? Su Yun got up and walked to Li Rongtian's side without saying anything. Before Li Rongtian could react to what Su Yun was going to do, Su Yun kicked Li Rongtian's chest. Li Rongtian's whole person flew up with a chair and fell heavily to the ground. After he got up, he looked at Su Yun in shock. He didn't expect Su Yun to suddenly make a move. Isn't this person too simple and violent? How about it? Now you know how to answer my question, right? Su Yun raised his eyebrows at Li Rongtian. Although the monitoring room saw everything that happened, some people were worried that Li Rongtian would sue the Hong Kong and Macau police because of Su Yun's move. They wanted to come forward to stop it. However, LV Huarong signaled that no one should care. At this point, no matter what means were used, as long as they could make Li Rongtian talk, he couldn't care about other things. No matter what means Su Yun used today, LV Huarong wouldn't interfere and let Su Yun deal with it. Li Rongtian was kicked without any explanation. He was angry and scared. Although he was angry, he did not dare to say anything. He did not have his usual majestic appearance. As a matter of fact, Li Rongtian was known as the water ghost in Hong Kong and Macau. He was also a well-known figure. Li Rongtian was not a person who could not be ignored. Now, he was being treated like a dead dog? He was kicked just like that. It really made people feel uncomfortable. Li Rongtian, you have to make it clear to me honestly today. Otherwise, you won't be able to avoid suffering. Su Yun, you look at this surveillance clearly. Now, I will give you time to beg for mercy. You see who you can beg to save you. Li Rongtian swallowed a mouthful of saliva. I can sue you if you hit me. I can sue you until you can't even keep your job. Do you believe that I can sue you until you lose your job? You want to sue me? Su Yun smiled disdainfully. Do you know what my job is? Do you know what my job is? You don't know anything. Where are you going to sue me? Go to your police station's division chief Lu to sue me? Li Rongtian couldn't say a word when he was asked by Su Yun. Let me tell you, Division Chief Lu is watching. You can sue him. Don't worry and sue him boldly. Tell him that I hit you and abused you. Tell him to fire me. Su Yun. This Li Rongtian was really capable of doing anything. He ran to the front of the surveillance and complained, Division Chief Lu, your people hit me. Do you care about it? If your police station doesn't fire him, I will sue your police station together. Chapter 2276. Sue your uncle. Su Yun didn't allow any explanation. He grabbed the back of Li Rongtian's collar and threw him directly to the wall. This hit almost made Li Rongtian vomit. Su Yun's strength was so strong that Li Rongtian didn't even have a chance to resist. Li Rongtian was actually prepared, but he still couldn't escape. He was still thrown out by Su Yun. Li Rongtian coughed a few times and wanted to beg Su Yun to let him go. "Brother Yun. No, officer, police officer Su, please let me go. I really don't know anything. Please don't do it. Cough, cough. I won't sue anything. I don't dare to do anything. I beg you to let me go. Let's not waste our energy, okay? Su Yun, I asked someone to invite you here today, not to play with you. If I didn't have some confidence, do you think I would bring you here?" No, definitely not. Li Rongtian quickly nodded. "You will have confidence?" "No, brother, I beg you, you have to believe me. I really didn't send Minister Gu out to sea. I beg you, please let me go. Think about it, Minister Gu is a police officer. If he came to find me, I would definitely reject him." Su Yun smiled. "Yo, you just said that you didn't know Gu Ming. Now you know that the Gu Ming I'm looking for is Minister Gu? Li Rongtian, you're good." I. Li Rongtian was speechless. "I have been in Hong Kong and Macau for so long. Of course, I know that Gu Ming is Minister Gu. Didn't you just say that you didn't know him?" Su Yun approached Li Rongtian step by step. Li Rongtian was afraid of being hit, so he stepped back step by step. "I was afraid that something would drag me into this, so I said that I didn't know him. No, actually, I don't know him now. I only know that Gu Ming is Minister Gu of the police force. I don't know anything else. Li Rongtian, I've realized that you're quite resistant to beatings. Su Yun, if I don't use my real strength, you'll be really stubborn." "I have already said everything." Li Rongtian was about to cry. "Officer Su, I beg you, don't force me." Su Yun suddenly grabbed Li Rongtian and pressed Li Rongtian's head onto the interrogation table. Li Rongtian's face was pressed onto the table, and his neck was twisted due to the folding of his body. "Li Rongtian, I don't have the patience to play with you anymore. Su Yun, if you still don't admit it, I only need to use a little force to break your neck. Maybe you won't die, but I can guarantee that you'll be paralyzed for the rest of your life. You're using violence to enforce the law." Li Rongtian said. "I don't need you to teach me. Su Yun, do you dare to bet? Do you believe that I won't dare to do it?" Just as Li Rongtian was about to shout, Su Yun suddenly exerted force. Li Rongtian instantly felt bad. He knew that if Su Yun wanted to break his neck, it would be as easy as breaking a chicken's neck. It would be as easy as blowing off dust for him. "Are you crazy? You'll go to jail for doing this to me." Li Rongtian's voice had changed due to fear. Su Yun still didn't stop exerting force. "At least I don't have to use a wheelchair." I'll tell you everything. I beg you. No. Don't." Li Rongtian really thought that his neck was broken at this moment. "I'll tell you everything." Su Yun then stopped exerting force. "If you did this earlier, everything would be fine. Why do you have to do this?" I'm suffering. I'm really suffering." Li Rongtian said, "I've been doing things my whole life, but I've never dealt with the police. It's all because of that bastard Gu Ming. It's all because of him. I told you not to cooperate with the police. These bastards. All right, stop scolding. Su Yun, blame yourself for being too famous. You're so capable of sending people away. Who else would I look for if not you? It's not Gu Ming's fault." Li Rongtian swallowed a mouthful of saliva. If there was evidence, he wouldn't admit it. But who knew that this Su Yun didn't care about evidence at all? He wanted to break his neck without saying a word. The matter of Su Yun killing De Kuan and Li Guang was real. This was witnessed by the brothers in Hongdong society. He had already killed people, yet he could still act like a boss in the police station. This obviously meant that his identity was not ordinary. Just based on this point, Li Rongtian believed that he really dared to break his neck. No matter what it wasn't as important as his life. Gu Ming did look for me. He asked me to prepare a boat for him and send him out. Li Rongtian said, but he didn't say where to send him. If you want to know, you can only wait for my people to come back. Then, I'll know where he sent him. Su Yun smiled. Are you kidding me? No. I'm already like this. How would I dare to tease you? Li Rongtian said, I really don't know. Gu Ming didn't tell me at all. Su Yun, then the price here is the same for sending him to Malaysia and Singapore? The distance is different. Will your price be the same? Li Rongtian, if you want to cooperate, then cooperate. Don't waste my time. I really didn't. Li Rongtian was about to cry. If that's the case, then he must have given you a lot of money, right? Enough for you to send him to Marika? Su Yun asked. Li Rongtian didn't know whether to laugh or cry. I don't have that ability, sir. The money he gave me is the price of a private boat. That is, my boat will personally send him to the place. He doesn't need to transfer to another boat midway. That is to say, it will be very expensive. Su Yun asked. The price is higher, but our private boat has its own rules. Because we don't transfer, we won't go too far away from the open sea. Because there are no other boats to receive us, it will be very dangerous. Many things have happened before, so no one is willing to do it. Li Rongtian said, although Gu Ming didn't tell me where he was going, his choice shows that he definitely won't go too far away. He knows very well how dangerous it is for a private boat to go to the open sea. Su Yun nodded. Then where do you think he will go? I really can't feel it. Li Rongtian said, when my people come back, everything will be clear. Are you stupid? If Gu Ming really won't tell you where he is going, do you think he will let your people come back alive? Su Yun, you are really amazing. I can't even tell if you are pretending to be stupid or if you really don't know. Li Rongtian's shocked expression was very difficult to fake. What did you say? He will silence you? He is a police officer. So what if he is a police officer? He even killed Wang Jinjin. Who do you think he doesn't dare to kill? Su Yun, Li Rongtian, if Gu Ming really didn't tell you where he is going this time, then you will really lose this deal. Not only will you lose a boat, but you will also lose a person. Li Rongtian instantly felt as if he was struck by lightning. If this was true, he would really hate it to death. Because Gu Ming gave him a lot of money this time, he didn't find an outsider to send the boat. He let his cousin do this deal. Gu Ming even promised to give him more money after he reached the place safely. Now that he thought about it, this matter was indeed strange. He had already given a lot of money, and he still said that he would give more. This must be a joke. After hearing Su Yun's words, Li Rongtian immediately felt a faint uneasiness. This matter was probably not as simple as it seemed. Maybe his cousin was really in trouble this time. Police Officer Su, what crime did Gu Ming commit to escape? Li Rongtian swallowed a mouthful of saliva. If Gu Ming had committed a serious crime, then the possibility of him being silenced was even higher. Death penalty. Su Yun directly threw these two words at Li Rongtian. Li Rongtian clenched his teeth so hard that they almost broke. That bastard. He really doesn't have any good intentions. Su Yun could tell from Li Rongtian's reaction that he wasn't lying. Li Rongtian must be very upset about accepting this deal. Who is the one who sent him to you? It's my cousin. Li Rongtian was in a very bad state. He couldn't wait to strangle Gu Ming to death. If you want to save him, then quickly think of a way. Su Yun, in this aspect, you know more than any of us. You also have more ways to find the boat than any of us. Don't tell me your boat doesn't have a positioning system? You're tuning in to the Narrate and Escape YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.